No, I mean, we did a 45-minute test 2 hours ago when I got here and worked flawlessly. I'll call
Were
Andrew.
you actually pushing? Were you
Yes.
actually pushing to YouTube?
Yes,
though?
Steve Bird watched it in private. Okay, now it says excellent connection. Hang tight.
Okay.
Hang tight. Okay, we're good, Ryan. It just took about 2 minutes to push, but we're good. Thank you.
Okay.
Be careful.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thanks.
See you, man.
See ya.
Bye.
You can download the app at pulsepoint.com.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Roy's Body Shop Oldham County High School's football starts now.
Week 2 from Shelbyville High School football on the air tonight on Glycod.com. Oldham County and Shelby County, both teams badly need a win. I'm Chris LaBar along with former male Bulldog two-time state champion Kellen Barnes. And last week, both teams lose handily but did some good things as well.
Yeah, when you look at Oldham County, we're really looking at their youth and how they're growing up this week in practice. We want to see how they bounce back and get into a game that they can compete in and really grow up in. Oldham County is switching quarterbacks. They're going to be going with Noah Stinson at quarterback. He's a sophomore. When I talked to Coach McBroom earlier this week, he said that he gives them the best opportunity to win, but he said don't be surprised if you see both of them.
So Noah starts tonight, first time, entered the game last week in the second quarter, and a nice connection to Mason Sador, so perhaps that is something the Colonels can build on.
Yes, Mason Sador is a big receiver, athletic body. He went up and got the ball, and he made a big touchdown catch. You know, he is a big play guy on the outside that Shelby County is going to have to be aware of.
And looking at Shelby County, they lose handily last week to Collins, but on paper, this group seems like they're getting better under a new head coach.
Yes, Coach Harris, first year out of the box, and you know they had an athletic look last week. They're led on offense by Gianni Hunter, the running back number 5. He is their guy. He is the guy that's going to make them go, and they really want to reestablish the line of scrimmage. Also, Chris, be aware of Isaac Estrada, a freshman on defense with 13 tackles last week. Amazing.
This Rocket team will start 3 new players on defense, all of whom are freshmen. Just getting started tonight in Shelbyville. Up next, Kellen will talk with first-year Shelby County head coach. That is Marcus Harris. That conversation next on Glycod.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Summer is here. That puts a lot of strain on your air conditioner. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your air conditioner isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We're fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood. making your life easier with quality products and quality service.
Welcome back to Shelbyville. This is Kellen Barnes with Coach Marcus Harris. Coach, how you feeling about tonight's game?
Man, I'm feeling excited, man. Another opportunity for our guys to get out here and compete and do the work of the Lord, man. So I'm excited.
What do you see as the key matchup for tonight's ball game?
Man, Coach McBroom has a well-coached team. They'll be very disciplined. So we just plan on coming out here and executing on both sides of the football and special teams. I think the team that can force the most turnovers will win this ball game.
Okay, and who is your key player tonight?
Man, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say, but we got, a few guys playing well tonight. I would say Gianni Hunter carried the load last week. We expect another big game from him this week.
Okay, and last question, how about that freshman on defense? What do you think about him, Coach?
Man, we expect him to play phenomenal tonight, man. He's a freshman in name only, but he plays well.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. You too.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking lighting, specifically outdoor lighting with Maddie. What are some of the obstacles your clients face with outdoor lighting?
Well, anybody can really come in here and just pick out a fixture for the way that it looks. However, the real obstacle comes in knowing how many to use, where the placement needs to be, and what type of fixture to use to really bring emphasis to those focal points outside their home.
And the Watts team can help with this?
Yes, of course. We actually have designers like myself and electricians on hand here, so we can really help our customer from the start to finish of the whole design and installation process.
Tell us about the range of light fixtures that you have here.
Yeah, so here at Watts Home Center we carry various interior decorative fixtures, exterior fixtures, landscape fixtures, and commercial luminaires. We've really been able to help our customer find any type of fixture they're looking for.
And that's WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes back live in Shelbyville now for the keys to this matchup from Watts Home Center that feels like home. What's most important for each team?
Chris, for the Oldham County Colonels, we're looking at, growing up, being fundamentally sound, establishing the line of scrimmage, and competing at the at a high school level.
Improved quarterback play. And Noah Stinson, what will be in store for him his first varsity start?
Well, he's going to see a mix of man and zone from Shelby County, and he's going to have to determine what the coverage is and then find that receiver that's either in short in the flat or if he can get one down the field. And really, I think Coach McBroom really wants him to push it down the field a little bit.
And for Shelby County, perhaps they have a speed on the outside. We haven't talked much about their star receiver, Carter White, but he definitely passes the eye test.
He is a great-looking player. I'm watching right now in warm-ups. He is outstanding looking. I wish I could coach him more. But he's one of those weapons that you just kind of throw it up and let him run under it and go get it. Shelby County, on the other hand, they really have some athletic bodies, and they're going to try to get outside and run fast around this Oldham County Colonels defense.
Didn't talk much about Coach Harris and replacing Todd Shipley, whom really an icon in this community, 22 years now, has moved on, an assistant job at Fairdale.
Yeah, and Coach Harris is excited about the opportunity. I think he really thinks that he's taken over a place that he has been a part of for a while, and he's excited about the opportunity, and he really looks at tonight as his first win, and I think the kids are really excited to try to give it to him.
This group has had success. You go back to the late 80s, a state championship at the 4A level, but it's been a bit, and it doesn't take a mathematician. When Collins began their schooling here, the pool of applicants split in half, and that certainly Shelby County maybe not has recaptured from that.
Well, and when you split like you said, when you split those kids in half, you run into situations where you have a guy that's not quite ready to play that has to play on both sides. So, can they grow up? Which team can grow up fast enough tonight, and which team can, tackle? Which team can get the turnovers? Which team can win the kicking game? All of those fundamental things that young teams struggle with. Which team can do it best tonight?
Tayshawn McBroom in year 2 will join me next. He'll talk about his new quarterback, sophomore Noah Stinson. That conversation on the way on Glycod.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing. You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Week 2 in Shelbyville, Tayshawn McBroom, coach of the Colonels, joins me. A hot and humid Week 2, Coach. Certainly a disappointing start to the year last week versus Simon Kenton. What's the biggest piece of improvement needed tonight?
Just our attitude and our effort. Understanding that we're going to be young, but hey, as long as we play hard, I think we'll give ourselves a chance. I don't think we came out very hard that first half in focus. We did beat Simon last year, but that was last year. Those guys kind of had that game circled, and we didn't match their intensity enough the first half.
You guys are so young, and so many key players have moved on. We all know who those guys are. But the young core, what are your expectations this year?
Again, I think we can be competitive eventually, but we just got to understand 6A football, it's an every night thing. It's every night. You can't take plays off. And I just think that they'll be battle tested by fire. Got to throw them in the fire, take a couple of wounds early, but I think we'll be sound enough by the time we hit district play.
Sophomore Noah Stinson will get his first start tonight, but played well last week in mop-up duty. Your expectations?
Again, I expect to see some of that same energy, but earlier this time. Again, we did throw him in when the fire was hot, but he was able to extinguish it a little bit. So I love the pros. We built on those pros this week, and we're going to see what he got. Give him a chance tonight.
Certainly doesn't seem like you're backing down in terms of what you expect and your play calling, et cetera.
No, sir. This is our fourth. We've been in 6A since 2019, man. So we're just trying to set that tone along when Coach Fox was here, that we got to be competitive every night, execute our assignments, pay attention to details, live in the weight room. So we still doing those things and pushing those things.
Shelby County, the opponent tonight, even though this game is at Collins, your assessment of the Rockets?
Young, energetic, a high-energy team. I thought watching them on film against Collins. But we just going to try to hit them in the mouth, maybe take advantage of some of their undiscipline at times with a lot of on-tool stuff tonight. So I'm just going to try to slow the pressure down and be able to run and tackle speed gaps tonight.
They have an accomplished quarterback returning, but now he's moved positions, and Dylan Main's out receiver. What do you make of that?
You know, I guess we did it a couple years ago with Sam when we had Parker Cordell. So he took over as a sophomore. Parker moved to running back in H4. So anytime you can get your best two guys on the field is a plus. But without the ball in his hand directly, I think we better, eliminate that some.
How was practice this week?
It was good. Some ups and downs, but I thought our focus was there where we needed it when it was time for what the work we needed to get done. So, but I'm staying on these guys hard, man. I got a young group. They're kind of lively at times, so I'm just staying on them, just making sure we focus, man. We had a good team meal today. The bus ride over was really focused. So I'm looking for a good night, man.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
That's Coach McBroom in his second year at Oldham County High School. Take a break. Be back from Shelbyville on Glycod.com.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional
Well, back live to Shelbyville. While you were away, we've been notified there is a 30-minute lightning weather delay, so this game at best now will kick off at 8 o'clock. It is dry here, but you can see some ominous clouds in the foreground, and the radar looks pretty good, though, Kellen, so perhaps we'll get this started at 8.
Yeah, always better to be safe than sorry in this case. You want to make sure the kids stay safe. Coaches are in there going over the game plan, trying to keep everybody loose, getting hydrated for it's like you said earlier, it's very humid. So we just want to keep them hydrated, not let them get too excited in the locker room.
One of the things that this will enable us to do, to talk more about this matchup, and in prep for each of these games all week, I always find compelling the storylines because every game has a compelling story. And for Oldham County, I think it's the youth. How will the youth not only show tonight, but as this season progresses?
It's a tough deal. I've been a part of some rebuilds in my 16 years of coaching, and you have to look for little victories along the way. When I was down on the field earlier, Coach McBroom and his offensive line coach were going through the blocking assignments with their young linemen up front. Just reiterating what's important and who they have to have. And then as they go through this game, they're going to have some success tonight. They're gonna, and they have to champion that success and really build on that and build up these guys so that they can be successful later on down the line. And like Coach McBroom said in the spot, he's really interested in being ready for district. So he's using these as building blocks to get his team ready for district play. 3
key seniors that will really, I think, determine the success that Oldham has this year. Jackson Elkins, a receiver. Travis Edker, also a pass catcher. And then Grant Gilchrist, featured running back. All 3 have paid their dues. They've got to carry the weight this year.
Yeah, and, those guys also, they don't have to carry the load physically on the field. They got to be leaders in the locker room. They got to go in there and they got to get these young guys to play hard. They got to get them to show up every day in the weight room. That weight room is so key to the success of each team, especially a young team, because they got to build their strength, they got to maintain their strength, and they got to maintain their conditioning throughout the year. But these 3 guys, they got to be leaders on the field and off the field for Coach McBroom.
And for Shelby County, the new regime, of course, but fair to say maybe their stock is rising a bit.
Yeah, when you watch them on film, I watched a little bit of film this week of them, and they're getting what Coach Harris wants them to do. They're not perfect. Nobody is in week 1. Week 1's always a little ugly when you get back in the film room, but, they have a lot of athletes. Like you said, Carter White on the outside, he's a spectacular-looking kid, and, you're going to lean on that kid because he's a senior, and you want to lean on him and really use his ability to get down the field as a weapon tonight to get your team fired up.
Much more to dissect. Again, this game at best will kick off at 8 o'clock due to a weather/lightning delay. We will take a break, be back. We'll talk more about some of Shelby County's key players, also delve into the rule changes. There are a few compelling rules. We will talk more about that on the other side of this timeout from glycod.com.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or
Back live at Martha Lane Collins High School in Shelbyville. Shelby County will host Oldham County. This game slated to kick at 7:30. We've got a weather delay at best. We will start this at 8. It is still dry, so that is a good sign. And, Kellen, we're talking about rule changes, and there's always revisions, amplifications each year, but I find a couple of these very compelling this season.
The first one we want to talk about was the new chop block. You have to go directly for the knees, and that's a good thing. A lot of these guys aren't developed enough to understand how to take on a chop block. It's a really complicated thing, and you don't want injuries out there. You want kids staying safe. So what we're talking about is the lineman at the snap of the ball has to go directly for the knees of the defender. They cannot stand up. They can't go to pass block or anything like that. So if it's a direct chop block, they can do it. However, if their helmet pops up at all, you're going to see the illegal chop block. They're also going to look really closely at the chop block where in the zone scheme where you have the guys touching two guys at once, where we're stretching or something like that, or they're cutting back on somebody. So you're gonna see a few more flags on that today and tonight and this year. So you're probably gonna see some 15-yarders tonight for that because they really want to keep people's knees safe and healthy.
What is the adjustment from a coaching standpoint in teaching this technique?
Well, again, you have to go straight for the knee. So, if we're going to chop, it's right at the snap of the ball, right? And so a lot of teams are just eliminating it. There's a lot of things you can do to not have to chop to keep people's hands down. So you're typically chopping to keep somebody's hands down to throw a quick pass or to get around the edge quickly. So you can keep your helmet low and go right for the stomach. So you have to teach your kids to block low, to come out low, and so you're going to get into the gates, the gates, and you're going to keep your body low, and you're going to lower those gates so they have to fire out low. So you can still shoot your helmet at the center of the stomach and not go for the knees, and that'll keep guys' hands down. So you'll see adjustments like that. Also, you'll see people run a lot more zone. Because you don't have to block back on the trap blocks and all of those.
Intentional grounding seemed like that's a focal point each season. Now the pocket has really expanded.
Yes. So essentially what that rule is there for is to protect the quarterbacks and the receivers. So we had, in my 16 years, the last 16 years, we had a lot of quarterbacks getting hurt outside the pocket because they're trying to hold on to the ball, right? And so it's hard. It's hard for kids to understand to just run and run out of bounds. They want to complete that pass. But now we give them the opportunity to get rid of it and stay safe at the high school level. And then you get your best player. You get to keep your best player, and we get a little bit better football, right? We don't like those freshmen and sophomores coming in, and then the game gets kind of ugly there at the end.
And our 60s rock and roll, well, 1 is no longer the loneliest number. Apparently, you can wear 0 as a legal digit this year.
Yeah, that's been popularized in the NCAA, and also, the NFL is going to go that way eventually. But a lot of kids seeing the college kids wear 0 came up. I was watching the KHSAA rule changes earlier this summer, and I just had to laugh because to me it's always been a legal number, just like 99 or whatever. So it's going to be fun. You're going to see some new kids, some new number 0s out there, and they'll have fun with it, I guess.
We hope to have live football tonight for you starting at 8 o'clock. More coverage on the other side of this timeout. Glycod.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes, our executive producer tonight is Jeff Cooper, back live to Collins High School in Shelbyville. It's Oldham County and Shelby County live football, we hope, kicking at 8 o'clock. And this Rocket team, they've got several key players, all of whom very impressive.
Yes, Chris. We mentioned Gianni Hunter earlier, but again, when you watch this game tonight, you're going to see him. He's a great runner. He's good between the tackles, but he's better off. He's slashing and getting around the corner and the edge. And if he gets out in the open field, he's going to be gone. One kid that I was really impressed with on film was number 11 on defense, Isaac Estrada. Coach Harris was right. He does not look like a freshman. I was watching him warm up. He's a good-looking kid. He has a sophomore, junior build to him. He's strong, athletic, balanced body. I'm excited to see how he plays on defense tonight. Also, you have the quarterback, Chandler Hill. He did not start last year, but he is starting now. And from what I can see, he makes quicker decisions in the offense, and he's just a calming influence over them, and he kind of keeps everybody under control on that offense.
This Rocket defense, to move the chains, if you will, they've got 3 freshmen that appear to start. Marshall, defensive end, Cole Summers, the nose man, and then Estrada at linebacker. Clearly the message is being sent within this program, let's play our best athletes and get them all the reps they can handle.
Yeah, and that's what you do. When you take over, you say everything's open, and you create a situation where everybody has this competition, and I think it makes all the older kids better. You have to deal with some of the kids that may not be happy about that situation, and Coach Harris is going to have to figure out how to deal with those things. But, when you have a player like Estrada and also Cole Summers, those kids stick out. They show up on film because they're big kids. Cole Summers is a big body in there, and he's really going to make some plays tonight. The only thing that you worry about freshmen, are they going to make those freshman mistakes, right? And so, is Cole Summers going to stand up and get blocked like a freshman sometimes? Is Estrada going to try to make a big play and go underneath the block and then let him go around the outside? So you hope they stay fundamentally sound. You hope they're mature enough to handle the situation. And from what I've seen so far, they've been able to. But, this is a different level. We're getting into the second week, and everybody's growing up a little bit. So we're going to see if they can handle this increased pressure on them.
So Shelby loses their opener last week, 42-28 to a very good Collins team, perhaps the best quarterback in the state. And Gooden give up 500 yards of total offense. Not the same challenge tonight.
No, I don't think it's the same challenge. Oldham County is not as fast as Collins. Collins is very good. And, like you brought up earlier, I don't think the division in Shelby County is quite as even as it should be. But Collins has some great players. The Gooden kid is outstanding at quarterback. And, they're dealing with a different monster. But Coach McBroom will have his team ready. And if Shelby County does not come ready to play, they'll have a big fight on their hands. And they could get a scare here. They could get scared.
Colonels lose last week to Simon Kenton, 56-16. Oldham down 49-0 at half. We'll talk a little bit more about that game on the other side of this timeout. Again, a rain/weather delay. Hope to have live football kicking at 8 o'clock, and we'll be right back.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking lighting, specifically outdoor lighting with Maddie. What are some of the obstacles your clients face with outdoor lighting?
Well, anybody can really come in here and just pick out a fixture for the way that it looks. However, the real obstacle comes in knowing how many to use, where the placement needs to be, and what type of fixture to use to really bring emphasis to those focal points outside their home.
And the Watts team can help with this?
Yes, of course. We actually have designers like myself and electricians on hand here, so we can really help our customer from the start to finish of the whole design and installation process.
Tell us about the range of light fixtures that you have here.
Yeah, so here at Watts Home Center we carry various interior decorative fixtures, exterior fixtures, landscape fixtures, and commercial luminaires. We've really been able to help our customer find any type of fixture they're looking for.
And that's WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes back live in Shelbyville, Oldham. And Shelby, these guys will renew a rivalry that has gone on, it seemed like, since the 50s and 60s. Both teams, it's been a while since they've both been good in the same year, Kellen. Seemed like it's very cyclical.
Yeah, you know, Shelby was really good in the 80s. Like you said earlier, there's a lot of kids that live out here. You know, and Oldham County kind of coming up now in this modern era, you know, this newer era. You know, one exciting thing that I know we're going to see tonight, we're going to see some trick plays. You know, you got to get the offense going. You got to get excited. You got to get everybody standing on their feet, and you got to get everybody fired up.
And for the Colonels, it had to be difficult last week to lose that opener the way they did to Simon Kenton, 56-16, but yet you talk with Tayshawn McBroom, and you did as well. You have to love the enthusiasm, the optimism.
Well, you know, he's all in, you know, and that's all you can hope for as a parent. As you know, when you send your kid to play high school football, you want the head coach to be all in, and you want all the coaches to be all in. And he's all in. He was very nice about how he said that he treated his team in practice this week. But you know, we've all been to those practices. They probably ran a little bit extra this week. They got some extra conditioning. You know, they just made a lot of, you know, freshman, sophomore, young kid mistakes, and you got to coach those out of those kids the right way, and you have to eliminate those mistakes so that they don't happen again.
And Zach Davis wins the starting job in camp. The junior, he gets his first varsity start last week. He's pulled relatively early in place of Noah Stinson. What does that say?
Well, you know, from what I gathered from Coach McBroom, you know, all coaches keep their cards close to their chest, but he went with the junior because it was close. And then I think he decided that he wanted to go with the Stinson kid today and last weekend today. But watching him in warm-ups, you know, he throws a nice ball, and I think he just thinks that kid has a little bit something about him, and he can get the ball down the field. You know, he's making quick decisions with the ball, and that's what you got to have in an offense where, you know, you got young linemen who may not be protecting him as well. So you got to get the ball out, and you got to keep the chains moving.
Minus a few spots, this team is young everywhere, and it really showed itself last week.
Yeah, and you know, Coach McBroom also brought up the fact that those guys that are juniors have never played, right? So even though they're old junior kids, you know, they've never been on the field, and so they get put into this situation where, you know, I'm thinking we beat the heck out of Simon Kenton last year, and then we show up and Simon Kenton beats the heck out of us. So, you know, so that's a tough thing for kids to deal with, and so the head coach has to say, hey, look, we're going to get in here, we're going to get it fixed, and you have to have answers for him. And Tayshawn did, and he's fired up, and those kids were bouncing around down there. You know, they had a good attitude. They're ready to go tonight.
If you just joined us and we're expecting live football, we've got a weather delay. We will or should kick at 8 o'clock. It is clear skies now. 3 Colonels that will not play tonight but will play Thursday versus Fern Creek. Zach Holman, a tight end. He is coming off an injury, a 5-catch guy last year. Also, Waylon Starr. He will start at some point this season as linebacker. And then a soccer kicker whom Coach McBroom pulled from the soccer team. He will be the kicker very soon. So 3 key pieces perhaps coming on board.
Well, yeah, and the linebacker, I did watch. I got a chance to kind of see him on some film from their scrimmage, and he's a little quicker than what they're going to put out there tonight, and he's going to add some speed and some tackling. Always the kicking. The kicker is very important. You always want to have a great kicker. The kicking game will win you or lose you the game. There's no in between. So you either win it or you lose it with the kicking game, and you want to be sound in that area. Anderson
Cook will perhaps kick tonight. He's a freshman, yet to attempt a PAT in both of Oldham's touchdowns last week. They elected to go for 2. So Cook, a newbie, we'll see what he's made of this evening.
Yeah, and hopefully gets out there and it's the lights are bright here in Shelby County, and it's it's big time football. So hopefully he shows up and kicks it, stays confident through the ball, right? But again, kicking game can win you and lose you the ball game in a hurry. So
clearing skies. We'll have football, we hope, at 8 o'clock. You can flip over to Great Crossing, North Oldham. That game going on right now in Goshen. A 7:30 kickoff. We've also got 2 games male at Ballard, as well as Brownstown Central hosting Corydon Central. That game well underway over in Indiana. I'm Chris Labar. He's Kellen Barnes. Be back with more coverage of high school football live from Shelbyville right after this.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in Lagrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing. You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Oldham County and Shelby County. Welcome back to Martha Lane Collins High School. This game actually being played on Collins Field. Shelby still being renovated. They hope to have that here coming up pretty soon.
I've heard a lot of good things about that facility. Shelby County has a nice tax base, so this Collins Field is amazing. It's a beautiful facility. This is the first time I've been out here. Chris, when you get into weather delays, you have to look at how to keep your kids calm because they were all fired up to play, and then we got to shut it down and sit down for a minute. So we want to stay hydrated. We want to be thinking about the game but not get as intense and fired up. So, what we have to do here, it's the game clock saying 4:32 until we play. We've got both teams stretching over in the corner here by the field house. And, as the coaches are trying to keep them calm, trying to keep them under control, and then let them loose here in about 4 minutes and let them start hitting each other and, knocking heads.
And these kids, it doesn't take them long to get loose.
Nah, I'm 40 years old. It takes me an hour to get out of bed in the morning. But these kids, they wake up, they're ready to run. Like they say, cheetahs don't stretch.
So both these teams 0-1, and it's a long season. District play not even until 4 or 5 weeks down the road, but you can tell in talking with both coaches the significance of about getting off to a good start.
Yeah, both of them are looking at this as a game that they can win, and they're really looking at this to build a positive momentum for their programs. Talking to Coach Harris, he seemed very confident about last week. He thought they were really in the game. Coach McBroom was honest about how they were not in the game, but he also said, this is an opportunity this week to win. So both, we're going to have an intense game. I think both sides are going to play very, very hard. This is a bounce back game. So we're going to see some really good football and hopefully some fun, some big plays, some runs, some tackles, some big hits.
And you get the sense that both coaches, certainly Coach McBroom being one of them, he's not going to hold anything back, young or not. We're going to go play and play hard.
Yeah, he's going to call his offense. He's going to run what he's got. He's going to run. He's probably got a few aces up the sleeve, and we're going to see some trick plays. I know in the past when we coached against him, he'd run some trick plays, some double reverses, some double reverse passes. So we might see some of that. He wants to get his team going in that positive attitude and kind of flip the script on that slow start from last week.
An adjustment for him as well. And we've been on the air 45 minutes and haven't talked about Sam Young yet, one of the best Colonel quarterbacks in 30 years. Just not the same team without him.
No, he ran the show. He was the show, and he should be. He's a great player, and it's tough to replace a great player like that. So, as a coach, I've been in that situation, and you got to coach the guys up, right? And the kids that are replacing him, you got to keep building their confidence all through the season. So even if you lose tonight, you're 0-2, you still got an opportunity to get going next week, but you really want to win tonight. You don't want to go to that 0-2.
How does not having a proven, accomplished, outstanding quarterback, how does that limit your play calling?
Well, I think when you go into a season like this with an unaccomplished quarterback, you start by reinstalling the whole offense. You just reinstall from ground zero. And you say, let's see who's got it. So when you talk about that competition that Oldham County had, he went with the experienced guy because he felt like he was comfortable with it, and that the kid knew the offense better. That was number 14, Zach Davis. He felt like McBroom felt like he knew the offense better. But as you get into the game and you see that he might not be ready for the lights, then you have to go with the kid that might be able to make the bigger play.
A couple local scores. We will also pass these along throughout the evening on the ticker, but North Oldham Great Crossing, no score, 6 minutes opening quarter. That game being live right now on glycod.com. And also South Oldham, after a lopsided loss last week versus Cal, they're on the board. They're tied with Fairdale at 7. 10:55 first quarter, so both teams with a touchdown in the first minute of live action.
Wow, that's either some great offense or some bad defense. That's going to be it looks like it's got a high score written all over it.
Live football, 8 o'clock, we hope. Oldham County and Shelby County skies are clearing. Fans being reseated on the aluminum bleachers beneath us. We hope to have live football. Be right back on glycod.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Welcome back to Shelbyville Live Football when we come back on Glycod.com.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking ways to give your home a facelift. Jim, what are some updates and trends for doors this season?
The most popular door of the year so far has been this 3/4 6 light, shown here as a double French door. I've sold this in this configuration, a door with side lights, a single door. People are loving the natural light this year.
In addition to doors, windows are another great way to update your home, right?
Absolutely. There's no better way to increase your home's energy efficiency than new windows. And if you're about to sell your house, nothing looks better on a property listing than new windows.
So can you and your team provide me an estimate to match my particular budget?
Absolutely. With multiple products and vendors, we can work with your budget to get your home the product it needs.
The Watts Home Center team can answer all of your window and door questions. So come on out and see them here in Lagrange or go to wattshomecenter.com to learn more.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
From Glycod, it's Roy's Body Shop Oldham County High Schools football. Roy's Body Shop in Lagrange. Collision repair for the people. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home. Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. Lagrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. And by Mortensen Family Dental. Now, to the field for all the action from Glycod on Roy's Body Shop, Oldham County High Schools football.
Week 2 is on the air live tonight at Martha Lane Collins High School in Shelbyville. I'm Chris LaBar along with Kellen Barnes. It's Oldham County and the Shelby County Rockets at long last live football.
Yes, here we go. We're doing the quick warm-up. We got a quick little warm-up here, and then we're going to get our coin toss. You know, we're going to get ready to play, Chris. It's time to go.
So this game, again, set to kick at 7:30. It appears it'll be a little bit after 8 o'clock before we get set with a lightning delay. No precipitation, but there was a lightning delay. Now the sky's all clear, and we hope to have unevaded football, uninterrupted football for the bulk of this evening.
Yeah, we got this quarterback groups, we got the lineman groups. The kids are excited down there. Now's the time that you get those juices flowing again. You get fired up. You get back into that last 10 minutes before the kickoff, and you kind of get your body ready to go.
So Oldham County and Shelby County, this series, of course, dates back way back in the 50s or 60s since this rivalry has been intact. Oldham County has had some success of late, winning at 55% of the matchups, including a matchup last season.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry for right outside of Louisville. A lot of people that aren't out here don't know about this. I know about Shelby County because we came out here to play baseball, and then I saw all the signs for the football, and so I started asking my dad about it and asking Coach Redmond about it, everybody, and so they tell me about the tradition out here. And so you look at it, and you got a great game tonight between two teams that are hungry for a win.
And the officials ran into those gents a little bit earlier. They got here at least 6 o'clock or so, well ahead of kickoff tonight. There you look at the quintet, including our dear friend line judge, Mr. Steve Schmoker. So the Rockets and Colonels will kick momentarily. Both teams 0-1 on this very, very young season. Both teams in desperate need of a win. Oldham falling to Simon Kenton handily last week, and then Shelby County a couple of late touchdowns, but they still fell to Collins by a lopsided score as well.
Well, you just hope, Chris, that when the game starts, both teams are fired up. Lightning delay, really, because it never rained. You really hope that the energy comes back up. They're getting. You can see them out there warming up right now. They're getting their bodies loose, and you hope that they bring the energy and the intensity that high school football requires.
This Rocket team very, very young. They'll start 3 to 4 freshmen on defense. They've got a couple of key freshmen in their offensive rotation as well. Davon Dale, one of their top receiving targets, a freshman. Also Jordan Brooks, a freshman on the 2D from the receiving core. But most of their offense will be funneled through running back Gianni Hunter, 137 rush yards last week, including 3 touchdowns. And Carter White, he is a returning senior. Their standout receiver, had 4 grabs and a touchdown last week. So Carter and White, along with Hunter, the guys to pay attention to for the Rockets. And for the Colonels, need to get Jackson Elkins going from the outside.
Yes, you need to get him going from the outside, and you need to get that running game going. They need to establish, but both teams need to reestablish the line of scrimmage. Last week, they both got pushed around a little bit. They need to establish the line of scrimmage, get some control in this game, and then the big plays come. As you referred to with the Shelby County Rockets, you have some young guys coming in there, but you got the old guys still in there, hanging around, showing them how things are supposed to be done. I think Coach Harris has a good mix of young and old guys. Really excited, again, to see the Estrada kid on defense. I watched him on film. He sticks out. He sticks out on film. He sticks out on the field. I'm just excited to watch that kid play.
What impresses you the most about his play?
Just how consistent he is with his movement and with his shuffling and how low he stays, and just making plays as a freshman at the varsity level. 14-year-old kid tackling 18-year-old kids is always an interesting and astounding thing. So, he missed a couple last week, but he made 13, so that was impressive.
This Shelby County defense giving up 42 points in this young season. They struggled quite a bit last year defensively. Matter of fact, their last game versus Central in the opening round of the 4A playoffs lost 73-0, which in the era of a running clock, it's tough to give up 73 points.
It is very difficult. Last year and even this year, it's tough with the young kids. You get a lot of misalignments, and as they say, an inch, a foot, and a yard. So when you're up front, you can't miss. You have to align perfectly to the inch. You have to align by a foot in the second, the linebacker area, and then in the secondary, you have to align by a yard. But when you're up front, and you just miss a line by a little bit. You get offline, and then there goes the hole, and there goes Katie bar the door to the end zone.
Number of points to win this game would be what tonight, Kellen?
I think it's going to be a little bit high scoring because both teams are going to come out here and they're going to go after it. So I think somebody's going to have to probably get to 28, maybe even 35 to be successful this evening.
And certainly for the Colonels, you'd have to think they are perhaps the underdog here tonight. A couple of key takeaways wouldn't hurt.
No, you're always looking at the turnover battle. You heard Coach Harris in the spot at the beginning. He's already thinking about turnovers. He wants his young group to hold on to the ball. Coach McBroom wants his young group to hold on to the ball. whoever wins that turnover battle, whoever wins the kicking battle, you know, that's going to be the difference in the game tonight. And, you know, we might see some big plays in the kicking game. So you want to see, but, you know, from a coaching standpoint, you want kids to be fundamentally sound on the kicking game, and you want to tackle well all night long.
Coin toss at midfield. Carter White, donning number 1. He'll be adjacent to Chandler Hill. They are 2 of the 4 Shelby County captains, and 2 of 4 of Oldham's include Fred Scarborough, as well as fellow defensive player Wade Metling. There aren't too many returning colonels. Those, however, are 2 of the 4. Again, this is a very, very young team.
Chris, if I could point out, Noah Silva is a very impressive-looking young man out there at midfield. Number 77 for the Shelby County Rockets. He's going to be playing a little bit of nose guard this evening. He looks like he's going to hold up that middle pretty well as long as he can stay low.
That's a great shot by Jake Maynard up top there to zoom in on 7-7 on the right there. You're right, he is a big young fella, senior, 7 tackles versus Collins last week. Those linemen, they stand out quite well.
Wow. You got some good-looking kids on both sides. You know, like you said, there's some young kids, but there's a lot of size here. So we'll see who can control the line of scrimmage, who can stay low, who can get their hands free on defense, and, you know, who can make some big plays on both sides of the ball.
Shelby County also boasts a right guard, Jarrod Bradford, 5'10", 288. So he and Silva form the right side of that Rocket offensive line.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you want to point out. Shelby County is a 4A school, so we're going to have some kids playing both ways. You are not going to see Gianni Hunter come off the field. He's going to play every snap of tonight's game, so that will be a factor later on in the game.
Great to have you here tonight for high school football, although a tad tardy, 8 o'clock-ish for the kickoff, Oldham County and Shelby County. Both teams 0-1, losing their openers last week. Great to have you here on glycod.com. The Shelby County football as Rockets will begin this game with a football.
Chris, they won the toss. It's unusual to win the toss and take the ball. Most teams will play defense so they'll defer. I apologize. Oldham won the toss and they deferred. That's more normal. Thank you.
Seemed like that's certainly been the trend of late, but I can recall many years ago it was just the exact opposite.
People take the ball to score, right? You know, a lot of teams these days are looking to defer their option to the second half so they can maintain some control over the game, and it's especially the end of the second quarter.
Trying to double up on possessions right before the half and come out of the locker room with the ball as well.
Yeah, get that score and then come out and score again so you get that 14-point or even field goals. You know, we have the new kicker for the Oldham County tonight. Maybe he hits a 35-yarder tonight, and we get some exciting kicking action tonight.
Here you see the Shelby County Rocket contingent in the far end zone, about ready to take the field. Not the best crowd on hands. We've certainly seen better and worse, but got many fans to the far right, just behind that far end zone that you're looking at. A lot of folks walking in a little tardy from their cars.
Great night for a hot dog, Chris.
Depends on the kind of hot dog, I guess.
I agree.
So you can never be too cautious, I guess, but certainly that was the tale tonight with that lightning delay.
It was definitely caution. We found out that the lightning was almost out of sight. But the KHSAA rule is if you can see it, you got to call the 30-minute delay. So they were being safe rather than sorry. But you know, here we go. We're ready to kick off. Here come the Shelby County Rockets, and they're going to run out to some smoke, and then we're going to play ball.
Yes, we sure are. Week 2 high school football. High school football season 2022. We were on the air last week in Nicholasville. The last game in the state perhaps will be amongst the last tonight with this late start tonight due to the weather delay.
Oh, here we go.
So the Colonels will kick off. Colton Goldsmith trotting out into one of the interior positions And Shelby County will begin this game with the football. First time in 22 seasons that the Rockets have had a home game where Todd Shipley wasn't their head coach. New sheriff in town, former Shelby West Middle head coach. And the Rockets, a new era, new uniforms, and a lot of young, talented players. For head coach Marcus Harris.
Looks like we have Carter White deep, and we have Caden Osborne and Carter White are deep.
So Caden Osborne will kick it away for the Colonels. And that ball is going to be pushed and gobbled by White. And nice defense by Oldham as White slung down just across the 20.
Yeah, you know, you kick that ball on the ground and keep the speed to slow down the kick and then get him pinned back. They're pinned on the 20.
Shelby County offensive line from left to right. It's Marshall, Moore. Junior Chun is the center right side. We told you about the bulk. Bradford right guard and Silva is the right tackle. Quarterback Chandler Hill, 5'10", 209-pound senior. 6 of 8 last week, 124 passing along with a touchdown. White, Bale, and Hunter, the key guys for the Rockets. 3 receivers split out far. As Hill back to throw, trying to set up, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. He was trying to find Bale coming across.
Yeah, he threw that one off the back foot. It just looks like they're still trying to get loose out there. He just kind of faded away on that one, Chris.
So 2nd down and 10 looming for Shelby County Rocket offense. And the Rockets will go hurry up.
You're going to get cover 3 from Oldham County here.
Kellen will tell you what that is in just a moment. There's Hunter blown up at the point of the attack.
Wow.
Caden Shepard, the nose man, coming in for the stop.
Yeah, Chris, so cover 3 is a zone defense where we have 3 deep defensive backs and then we have 4 underneath. So that's designed to keep kind of the deep routes in front of you and then also play up front tight on those screen passes.
Oldham defense from left to right. It's Soder, Music, Shepard, Siderwicks, and Scarborough. Linebackers include Roark, Metling, and Blaking. Corners are Sidorson, Stinson, and Miller Brown, the safety, and a penalty will result in a free 5 yards for Shelby County.
Yeah, Oldham County's defensive line was lined up in the neutral zone.
So 2nd down and 5. As Hill back to throw, and he's looking for White, and White slung down across the 40 to the 44 and a pickup of 19.
Much better throw that time, Chris. He stepped into it. He zipped it right in the hole. The Oldham County linebacker tried to carry the receiver, but he didn't do a great enough job. And great tackle by the safety, though, of Oldham County.
So Shelby County picking up a nice chunk play on their first march of the game, and there's White slung down for that big gain. Reverse formation this time. That is going to be a lateral, and here comes Hunter. Ball in left hand, and Gianni Hunter down that far sideline.
Touchdown.
And he is going to cut back and take it for a 45-yard touchdown.
Chris, that was an outstanding run. They blocked well on the outside. All I can say is a great cut by Hunter. He's a difference maker when you watch him out here on the field. Very good. Like we talked about in the pregame, he's a slasher. When he gets in the open field, he's going to take it to the house.
So that free 5 causes dividends, and Shelby, a 45-yard touchdown rush for Hunter. And on in is Tucker Swindler. 5'11", 185-pound junior kicker for the Rockets. He was 4 of 4 last week. And not the start this Oldham defense needed.
No, they needed some confidence. I think that lining up off sides really shook them. But, you know, you got a guy like Hunter, Chris. You know, you really got to get him early before he gets going. They did not get back there. They did a good enough job on the outside to get him a little crease, and he was gone.
Swindler with a PAT back in 30 seconds. Shelbyville Rockets on top by an early.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Gianni Hunter in from 45 on his first touch of the game, and Shelby out of the gates quickly.
That was impressive, Chris. They threw him a little lateral, almost like a sweep pass behind the trips formation out to the left. The receivers did a pretty good job of blocking, and he weaved his way through and took it to the house. Oldham County really needs to respond here quickly to keep the momentum alive and get back in this game.
Osborne and Gilchrist, the duo back for the Colonels. And one of those 3-play 70-yard drives, 75-yard drives for the Rockets.
Yeah, they no huddle. They kind of picked them apart. If you didn't notice, Oldham County switched defenses there on the touchdown. They went a little man and they got caught in it, and they weren't able to tackle Gianni Hunter.
We'll see how the Colonels set up their kick return game. Gilchrist and Osborne have been slippery throughout their careers. And a nice booming kick. It'll be brought out. That is Gilchrist. And Gilchrist with an alley. Brought down shy of the 30.
He had an alley, and then it got close pretty quick there. That was a big hit.
So the Colonel offense, lineman left to right, it's Music, Scarborough. The center is Tony Bergen, right side of the line. 2 upperclassmen, junior Braden McGill, and right tackle Sheldon Hancock. The quarterback in his first varsity start, 5'9" sophomore Noah Stinson. Elkins and Edgar, their 2 primary targets of whom to throw to, with Gilchrist and Osborne, a couple of backs. And Stinson up under center with an offset eye. And there's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like the receiver never got set.
So the second early penalty on Oldham. And that'll take them back on the doorstep inside their 25.
You'll notice Shelby County's linebackers are pretty close to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be aggressive tonight. They're going to be all up in the gaps, and they're going to try to stop that running game quick and make Oldham County throw the ball.
Mason Sidoris had a nice grab last week, 56-yarder. He'll be split out far for Oldham. As Stinson may have drawn Shelby offside, and now take the 5 back.
This is a rough start on this series, Chris. The tackle got reset, and the defensive lineman thought he jumped off sides.
So 1st and 10. Inside handoff, that is Osborne. He's going to bounce it outside across the 40, and he'll be brought down shy of the 45-yard line. That's Grant Gilchrist on the carry.
Great run there. Shelby County's in man-to-man on the outside. The receivers blocked their man. We got the edge, and Gilchrist ran right around. He followed the sweep just like he's supposed to do. He did a great job. Shelby County's going to have to do a really good job of defending the edge. They have a lot of people inside, and they're going to have to do a great job of running sideline to sideline.
So Gilchrist will bring it across up to the 47-yard line, and 1st down and 10 on the stick for Oldham.
Stinson checking. This is a great job. He must really know the offense.
Gilchrist this time to the right side, and he'll pick up a back 3 on 1st down.
Yeah, Oldham County's getting a little rhythm here, Chris. It's nice. It looks like they've got a little confidence here. They found something in the Shelby County defensive line that they're exploiting.
Coach McBroom felt like his guys would be able to move the ball a bit, and To your point, Stinson does feel comfortable under center.
Yeah, he was out there checking. I mean, you don't see many sophomores get the leash, the ability to check. They kind of just have to run the offense the way it's called. So he must have a lot of confidence.
Elkins split out wide. Inside is Edgar to the near side for Oldham. And another yellow hanky. So you got to play ahead of the sticks. And the Colonel's now backed up again.
Yeah, you know, when you're changing quarterbacks, you're changing those cadences that each one uses, and you might have had some in and out each week. So, you know, we're in fits and starts here. It's still early, 10-14 to go in the first quarter. You know, let's see if Oldham County can get it together and finish this drive off with a touchdown, get back in this game.
Elkins split out wide on the near side with a Davion Hale. Second down and long for Oldham. They've had a nice run already on this play, and a high snap. Stinson able to scoop it, and it will be third down and long.
It's third and long. We want to look for something like a draw or screen, something easy to get them some confidence, maybe get Shelby County, maybe break a play here. The main thing we want to do is reserve the right to kick. We want to make sure we can punt the ball and flip the field. Again, Chris, you have Noah Silva there over the center, causing problems, making the center snap it high.
Be third down at 21. Oldham's got to get it all the way to the 40 for a first down, trying to set up a screen, and a high throw intended. Looked like for Edgar on that screen, and it's 4th and a mile.
Chris, we're going to have issues all night. Noah Silva's eating that center up right for Oldham County up right now. He's snapping it high and low. We got to talk to him. We got to calm him down, get him going so we can get snaps and run the offense.
Whidden McCready on to punt for Oldham. And Shelby County will have Carter White back at the 30. So the Colonel's able to move it a bit on a first down run from Gilchrist, then 2 penalties and a poor snap. Kill the drive. And McCready, a high but short kick. And it's going to take a golf bounce back inside Colonel territory. May want to knock it down, guys. It's now going to roll up to the 46. And that's going to be a punt of about 10 yards.
Yeah, Oldham County really needs to get something positive here. We need a big play on defense, trying to change the momentum here. We're scuffling. Oldham County scuffling a little bit, but, you know, we got an opportunity. It's still really early. Need to make a few big plays on defense, get Shelby County off the field here, and get the offense back on the field.
Johnny Hunter in from 65 yards out. Check that, in from 45 yards out, I beg your pardon, on the first scoring drive of the game for the Rockets. And they'll have it from the same spot. Just over 3 minutes gone by. 2 receivers split out to that far side with White in the slot. Keep an eye on him. There is Hunter to that backside, and he'll peel it back inside for minimal yardage.
Great play by the right end for Oldham County. He followed the trap. It was a counter tray action. He followed the trap block. He got in his hip pocket like he's taught to do, and he tackled the running back for a 1-yard loss.
Landon Ford now split out wide as the Rockets tee it up, second down and 10. And Hill rolling to the left. He's going to dump it short, and a first down. Scampering down the near sideline. That's Landon Ford. Came all the way across the field and out at the 20.
Yeah, Chris, that was just a great play by the quarterback. Chandler Hill. He made a great play. He escaped the pocket, found an open guy running wide open across the field in the zone. And Landon Ford running with the ball looks pretty good.
24-yard gain, and the Rockets on the verge of the Colonel red zone. Here is Hunter stationed to the left, and he's going to get the call as Gianni Hunter. And he'll pick up a couple inside. The interior D has been solid thus far for Oldham.
Yeah, Shelby's having a lot more success outside than inside. They're not moving them a whole lot inside. They're stout right now. They're also keying on Gianni Hunter quite significantly.
Makai Blaking will dart out for Oldham as the Colonels Shuffle personnel. There is Hill up in the pocket. And he'll preserve yardage and dart forward for a few.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack or a coverage run and tackle there. The defense did a good job of covering everybody.
So a gain of 1 officially. It's 3rd down and 7. And this Oldham defense pinned back, trying to prevent another Rockets score.
Yeah, this is a big play here, Chris. Oldham County really needs to stop here. I'm feeling like this is 4-down territory for the Rockets, but they need a really big stop here.
White, Maines, and Bales split out far for Shelby on that far side, on the short side of the field. And now Hunter is stationed to the left. And a high snap. That ball is loose. And Oldham County will scoop it up at the 36-yard line. A huge takeaway for Fred Scarborough.
Wow. Just that loss of focus, just one little loss of focus, and you get the turnover, and Oldham County has all the momentum.
And Scarborough, one of those key returning players. There aren't many on this Colonel defense, but Oldham is offsides, and that's going to, oh my. That will negate the takeaway. And plays like that are just backbreakers.
That's killing. That's a killer. You know, that's another one of those just little things that young kids don't pay attention to enough. Lining up offsides. Oh, man, that really stings.
That's the second time in this quarter that Oldham is lined up offsides. And Shelby County now will have it 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 7 becomes 3rd down and a deuce.
Look for Gianni Hunter here, Chris.
Two receivers flanked out to the near side as the Rockets +7 early. Hunter up the gut, needs to, and he's going to drag tackles for a 1st down. Josh Soder was on his back, but it will be a 1st down and goal.
Powerful run there, Chris. Just put his head down, put his shoulders into the defender, and pushed him in. He pushed him across the 1st down marker.
You might look back in a couple of hours and just talk about that offside play on what would have been a takeaway in an Oldham possession at the 40.
That's right now. That's the play of the game.
This group does not have a huge margin of error, and that was a big play. And the Rockets trying to go up 2 scores. Hill going to funnel it forward, and he's got Maines, the former quarterback, and Maines dragging tacklers very close to the goal line.
They're moving the pocket well. They're sprinting him out, and Oldham County still in a zone. They're in a short zone down here by the end zone. They just lost track of Maines in the flat.
Maines, a very accomplished signal caller, 870 pass yards last year, 7 touchdowns. New coaching staff meant new changes, and Maines are going to maximize his ability. A seasoned player, he's now going to run the ball a bit and also catch passes. It's 2nd down and goal. Shelby.
It's Hunter. Chris, it feels like Hunter time again.
If you started him in your fantasy league, you might be looking at a 2nd score, and there is a cheap and easy touchdown for Shelby County. That's Dylan Maines.
Dylan Maines. They gave it on a quick trap. They gave it on the quick trap up to the fullback.
So Maines in after the key penalty, and the Rockets +13.
Well, they really capitalized on the error. They had the bad snap and the fumble recovery, and they got a reprieve, and they took it down and scored and capitalized on it. Oldham County really needs a big play on offense to get back in this game.
Tucker Swindler on, and a booming kick as the Rockets up 14-0 over the Oldham County Colonels. We'll take a quick break. Be back on GlyCod.com.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from GlyCod.
14-zip Shelby as we welcome you back to Martha Lane Collins High School. It's week 2. Chris LeBar alongside Kellen Barnes. Jake Maynard up top shooting the beautiful pictures Jeff Cooper running the show, and Maine's able to punch that in.
They did a great job capitalizing. It was a bad snap. It went off Hill's right hand, and Oldham County recovered, but then they got the penalty, and Shelby County capitalized. They finished the drive off with a great run by Maine's. Used Gianni Hunter as a decoy and ran the slant trap back against the grain.
So if the last drive was important for Oldham, well, what is this one?
This is really important. Anything more than this, you're going to start seeing those shoulders slump, and we never want to see that on the sideline. So we really need a big play by Oldham County, get back in this game and fight a little bit.
Couple scores to pass along. Great crossing over North Oldham, 3-zip, second quarter. South Oldham Fairdale tied at 7, middle second period. We'll update the ticker at half, and Oldham will bring it on the kick across the 34-yard line. Now back to the 30-yard line. That's Caden Osborne. Decent starting position for Oldham.
Kicker with the tackle. Kicker with the tackle there, Chris. Number 27, we have Tucker Swindler made the tackle. Looked to be a touchdown-saving tackle. He was almost loose there.
See what the Colonels can draw up here. Had some success running the football. Grant Gilchrist had a nice.
Yeah, that sweep was really nice. They're going to probably come back to that and maybe do some sprint outs. You got to get Stinson out of the pocket here, create some matchup issues on the outside with your big receivers.
Two receivers split out to this near side. One target over to the far. Stinson back to throw on and out, and that'll pick up a few yards across the 34. And a late flag as Edgar brought it down.
We're going to have roughing the passer back there. Threw him down late.
So Kellen Barnes 1 for 1 on the campaign and prognosticating.
Well, whenever you see it back by the quarterback that late, it's easy to know. They want to protect those guys, and they should be protected. They're in a dangerous situation where they're throwing the ball.
So 15 yards for Oldham. That'll take them just shy of midfield.
Looking at Shelby County, you don't want to let off the gas here. You don't want to let up and relax. You want to continue to play hard. Oldham County got a nice break there. They're at midfield. Let's see what they can do.
Mason Sidor split out far for Oldham. And Stinson in the shotgun on first down at 10. Dancing in the pocket, and that pocket will collapse as Stinson takes a sack.
Chris, he was looking for a lane to run and just couldn't find anything on the outside. He looked to his left, and then he was ready. He was told to run. Clearly, he just couldn't find anywhere to go.
Is that a designed run, do you think, out of the play?
No, he was. He looked left, and they had some good coverage over on the left side, and he pulled it down and tried to make something out of nothing.
Second down and 13 on the menu for the Colonels, and a shotgun. And Gilchrist ahead of steam. It'll be third down and moderate as he'll take it across the Rocket 48.
Back to that running game, Chris. They're having a lot of success on the left side of the Shelby County Rockets defensive line and the right side of the Oldham County line. We're going to hurry up here.
So Gilchrist, a couple of nice carries. Third down, and we'll call it 8. Gilchrist again trying to bounce outside. And he's looking for a block, and he's got a first down.
What a burst of speed there, Chris, to get around the outside. Shelby County's really got to sit down. Their outside linebackers really got to sit down and play contain there and make sure that we don't give up the corner and the edge.
And a patient run just to get it outside enough. He got a nice seal block and a key first down. It's first down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Stinson, he's looking for Elkins. And Elkins is 6'3", and that was well up the ladder.
Yeah, he's fading away a little bit. He's feeling the pressure of being the starting quarterback. He's got to relax. It's an easy throw for him. They're just trying to get him some easy throws to get him in the game. They're playing way off of Elkins, so you're just trying to get him the ball in open space.
This Oldham County offensive line has done a nice job.
Yeah, they're not running. Shelby County is not running through, and again, they're having success on Oldham County's right side. They've moved the Silva kid from nose guard over to the right side or to the left side to defend that. 2
targets to this near side. On the short side, that's Shepard. Oh my, with a head of steam, punishing tacklers to the 32. He'll pick up 5.
Quick hitter there, Chris. Great job. Great, just hitting him with the quick veer option. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, Shepard, renowned for punishing tacklers. Here's the Gilchrist carry there on a huge play. Back to live action. as Stinson throwing for the stick, and that is dropped. That would have been a first down.
Yeah, what a great throw. That was his best throw of the game so far. We've got to make that catch. We've got Shelby County playing off coverage. They're giving us that first down. We just got to complete it and get out of bounds.
So that ball dropped on the far sideline, and it's now 4th down and 5, and a big, big play for Oldham.
Yeah, this is a must-have. We got to have. Oldham County really needs to have this. Got to maintain this momentum on this drive. Best drive of the game.
From the 32, they'll need to net the 27 with 4 to the near side and an empty formation, a design run. Stinson needs 5, and he may be just a bit short.
He did not get it. Good call, good design. He's got to get north and south. He started running east and west.
So he'll pick up 3. Shelby County football, turnover on downs.
Now, this is a big play here. You're thinking, Shelby County's thinking big play. Oldham County's probably going to play some soft coverage to make sure that they don't give up anything big and over the top. Turnovers are great opportunities to take a shot deep.
Joe Cox, Mike Shelton on the call at Ballard. That game at half between Mail and Ballard. Bruins lead 12-7. And Shelby now right to left from their 29. 3 targets to the near side as Hill trying to diagnose a play. He's got White on a screen, and down the chute White goes down to the 44-yard line and a pickup of 15.
That was an outstanding job of Hill. He stepped, made it look like passing. He's dropped back, and then they had the classic middle screen from the wide receiver. Outstanding execution by Shelby County.
And patience by Hill to wait for White to mosey in the clearing, and you've got 2 targets to the near side as the Rockets by 2 scores. White back to throw, looking for White again. And that's going to be incomplete. Pressure on that far side, causing the quick throw.
A little bit of pressure, and again, Oldham County's in a soft cover 3 look, so they're having a safety in the middle of the field, and throwing a post is going to be tough against that. So he's kind of throwing into coverage there.
That'll stop the clock at 3:20. First quarter, Shelby's had the football twice, 2 scores, including a long run on the first drive, 45 yards from their star running back, Johnny Hunter. Here's a pass on 2nd and 10, and Maines will catch it, peel out of the break, be a couple yards shy of the stick.
I can see why they moved Maines out. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He can run, he can catch. I bet they even got a couple throws in there for him, Chris. Very good player.
Oh, they definitely have some packages with him throwing the football.
Sure. And, again, Oldham is in a soft zone, so there's a lot of throwing. There's a lot of throwing lanes out there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Gianni Hunter soon. We're trying to loosen him up even more to get him Hunter some running room.
3rd down and 3. 3 targets to the far side. Chandler Hill will chat with his center, Junior Chun. Now rolling right is Hill, and he's going to sling it high. And it's going to be 4th down.
They got him out of the pocket. Great call by Coach Harris. He had the open receiver. He's got to square his shoulders up and make that throw. He's got to get that front shoulder down and drill it into the chest. 4th and 3. You're going to go for, no, looks like we are going to punt.
From the Oldham 48. A couple of boo birds beneath us.
Yeah, I was expecting them to go for it.
Well, the Rockets haven't punted yet, but Swindler, for the moment, appears as if he will do so. Nice coverage, by the way, by Grant Gilchrist.
Yes, that was a good hit. Good hit.
It's 4th down and 3 on the clock. This may be one of those punt-safe defenses for Oldham.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have their guard up for the fake here.
And Swindler, the rugby-style punter, trying to steer it down inside the 20. And a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Miller Brown brings it down inside the 15.
Okay, now we've settled into our first quarter, Chris. Let's see if Oldham County has kind of figured out what they want to do. They had some success throwing. They had some success with the quick hitters. Let's come back to some of the things like the sweep and the Gilchrist. He's got a great burst of speed. You need to use him a little bit more.
So Oldham moving the football yet to punch it in. They came up dry on a 4th down and 3. They had a takeaway on a poor snap But an offside penalty negated that turnover. 2 plays later, Shelby County scored to balloon this game to 14-0. So Noah Stinson back to work for Oldham. Inside their 15 at the 13, and Stinson slung down. Little miscommunication there back inside the 5, tackled by Silva.
Another high snap, Chris. The center for Oldham County is having a lot of trouble with the nose guard. We're going to have Oldham County is going to have to get him some help inside so that we can get the snap to get the play going.
And what do they say? You got to stay at home, and that's exactly what Silva did.
Silva stayed at home. Silva is a difference maker up front tonight.
So this drive inauspicious for Oldham. They'll have it at the 5, and that may be kind. There is Gilchrist on the tote, just trying to get out of the kitchen. He'll have a couple.
Yeah, you're just trying to create enough space and hopefully break one and get a first down. But if not, you're trying to create enough space to punt and get it out at least to midfield.
Third down now and 17 for the Colonels from their 6. You got to worry about not only the kick, you got to worry about the snap in the end zone. You got to worry about catching the snap.
A lot to worry about, a lot to think about.
See what the Colonels can do here on 3rd down and long as we near 1 minute in the quarter. And Stinson just trying to get out of the end zone. And he's going to dart up the field for a couple. He'll take it up to the 9.
Shelby County brought the house. They brought everybody that wasn't guarding someone that time, Chris. They were after the safety. Stinson with an outstanding job of hustling to get out of the pocket and avoid the safety.
So Whidden McCraney will have some angst here as he will punt just outside of his end zone.
I would think that Shelby County would come after this when the operation, the snap to the kicker was a little slow last time. So hopefully Oldham County got that fixed on the sideline. We get a better kick this time.
Carter White back for Shelby at the Oldham 45. Should McCraney able to boot it that far?
Come.
And McCraney does a nice side-to-side kick, and White brings it down at the 46. 2 Colonels miss him, and that play will be blown dead. Looked like he called for a fair catch.
He did. He called for it at the last minute, and then he tried to act like he didn't.
That reminds me of that Donald Brown fair catch with the UConn-Louisville game back many moons ago.
Man, hurting my heart, Chris. That was a tough one. Yeah, you know, that happens a lot. Kids see those, they'll look down and see the defenders running at them and wave their hand real quick and then realize that they can still get away. But he definitely did wave his hand there. So hopefully we can settle down, get a good back and forth going here. I'd love to see Oldham County make some big plays. You know, we've had a kind of a fits and starts here. We've had some turnovers, we've had some penalties, we've had some. Let's see if we can get a full drive here from Shelby County, maybe get another touchdown, or Oldham County needs a big play on defense.
Under a minute now in the frame. Shelby from the 50. Dusk is here. Perfect evening for high school football week 2, and Shelby by 14. Hill's going to float it across, and he's got Maines down the hill, and Maines going to shove that ball to that left side. Upended at the 29 and a gain of 21.
Chris, that's a special play just for Maines. They ran him back inside on a little screen pass. That's an excellent play to your Swiss Army knife guy, Maines. He is a special player for the Rockets.
Does he remind you of anyone in particular?
You know, he's one of those guys that's an all-purpose guy. Maybe like an Ivan Green that could play a lot of different positions. Not quite as big, but, he does a lot on that field for him.
And maybe a lateral. It's pitched out to Hunter trying to stretch outside, and a nice coverage tackle on the backside by Oldham.
That was a great job by the outside linebacker. He got flat toward the sideline. He didn't get up the field, and he maintained his containment on Gianni Hunter. I'd like to see them go back to Gianni Hunter going north and south a little bit. They had a lot more success with that.
It's Josh Soder on the stop, and that's going to conclude this first quarter. Shelby County leading by 2 scores. 2nd down and long when we come back on glycod.com.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 888-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in Lagrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
An entertaining first quarter. Shelby County on top of Oldham 14-0. Chris LaBar back live with former male Bulldog, two-time state champion Kellen Barnes. Colonels doing some good things despite the score.
Yeah, you know, they really fought back in the second half of that first quarter. They got hit in the mouth a little bit to start. Gianni Hunter with a special run, and then Dylan Maines is having a heck of a game. He's had 4 catches already and a touchdown run. You know, really, the Colonels really need to focus on him and really keep their eyes on him. But, yes, they did fight back, and they're playing a lot harder, and they're tackling a lot better on defense.
Colonel football from, Shelby County football from the Oldham 32. 2 receivers split out far, and Hill, the quarterback of this orchestra, throws into double coverage and a pick. Intercepted by Caden Osborne, and Osborne ushers up the near sideline and a late flag.
Yeah, we've got a flag inside. It looks like we might have a hold by offensive lineman. Yes. And then on the defensive side, Hill had him open early. He had the post early, and he waited just a touch too long to throw it, and the defensive back recovered and made the interception.
So Osborne runs under the pick. We'll sort out this penalty. Oldham had a key takeaway in the first quarter, negated by an offsides call. We'll see if this turnover stands.
The Whitehead has already indicated holding by the offense.
Tayshawn McBroom appears content with the signal. So that call will stay in the books. Now Kellen's 2 for 2 on penalty prognostications.
We had a block in the back on the return, so we're going to move it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it'll be Oldham County ball, looks like somewhere around the 15.
Yeah, the Colonels' defense has played well at times, as has their offense.
Yeah, you know, they've had sparks here, and, you know, they just got to finish off a drive. They're in this game, you know, and they tackled well. The defensive back there made a great recovery on the ball. It was a little underthrown, but, you know, and it was a little late, but, you know, he made a great play.
Poor field position again for Oldham, this time at their 10. They were very fortunate not to give up a score when they were backed up inside the 5 on the last trip up the hill. Here's their sophomore quarterback for his first varsity start, Noah Stinson. He'll have a receiver to his left, and Stinson, nice throw for the second.
They're going to get that
time to Travis Edgar.
They're going to get that all night, Chris, because of the way Shelby County's playing them hard and heavy inside. So they're going to have that out route all night. You're going to see that over and over and over again.
Pickup of 3, so Oldham trying to dink and dunk down the field, at least have a little breathing room.
Well, and you know, that can turn into an out and up. You know, we have some big plays. You can get some big plays off those little out. Also, the Colonel's offensive line is doing a great job of stopping the pass rush of the Rockets.
Elkins split out far. Yeah, you've not talked much about Isaac Estrada, their star freshman linebacker thus far, and there's a handoff for not much inside. Handoff to Gilchrist.
You know, they've really keyed on him on the offensive line. You can watch them. They're really keying and making sure they're getting their hands on him and blocking him. Also, Oldham County's line is big. It's quite large.
Big play here for Oldham, 3rd down and 8 from their 11. They need the 19 to move the chains. Gilchrist, the security blanket to the left of Stinson. Bergen, the center, will snap it.
Stinson checking to a different play here. They must have given him 2. And now we've got a false start. They moved the ball.
Tough to keep those linemen in that stance for that length of time. 3rd down and 13 looming for Oldham post penalty.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. You just kind of want to get out of here with a good punt and let your defense come back and keep you in this game.
Clock restarts just north of 10 minutes in this half. 2 games County teams live on Glycott. Great Crossing, North Oldham. Paul Najar, Joey Hamilton live in Goshen. If you want to flip over when we're at break, here's Gilchrist on a draw, and he'll burst forward up to the 13.
They're having success with that quick hitter right inside. It's a great call. Get him some space to kick.
So Whitten McCraney had a nice booming kick last time. This will be his third punt. He does take a bit to uncork it.
Yes, he is. He's loading up to kick it far. Oldham County needs to do a much better job of covering Carter White. He looked like he was going to get loose last time.
White stationed at the Colonel 45 as McCraney waiting the snap. He'll dig that out. And a high, short kick. It's going to roll dead at the 33, 19-yard net punt.
We had a low snap there. It might have messed with him a little bit. Well, here we go. Colonels are in a position to make another big play on defense and keep their team in it.
So Shelby County not only on the scoreboard, but clearly winning the field position battle as well. This will be their third dropping of the anchor inside the 40.
Yeah, you know, last time they came out throwing and it was successful until the fourth down play. I would really love to see him go back to Hunter. Hunter's your bell cow. He's going to get you. He's going to get you in the end zone.
Haven't looked to him a whole lot on the ground other than that big 45-yard touchdown run early.
No, they really haven't. They've been, they've been using Dylan Maines a lot, which is a great option. But time to go back to your number one option.
Might have our first timeout. So an Oldham County pause from Shelbyville, 14-zip. We'll be right back on Glycod.com.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing. You're watching Oldham County High School's football from Glycod.
Back to live action, Week 2 high school football from Martha Lane Collins High School in Shelbyville. 14-0 Shelby County over Oldham. Rocket football at the Oldham 33 after the OC timeout.
Yeah, Chris, it's time to see if Oldham County's defense can stand up here, maybe get another turnover, and get the ball back to the offense.
Receiver far, two to the near on the congested side of the field beneath the screen. As Hill awaiting the snap. And Hunter going to be blown up back at the 41-yard line. Fred Scarborough with a stop.
Almost like Oldham County knew what that play was. They must have scouted that play pretty well, Chris, because they brought the house.
Scarborough's played quite well. He's blown up a couple of plays, recovered the pseudo fumble before the penalty.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. He's been in the backfield quite a bit. That's a big play. It's a great start for the Oldham County defense, and not the start you're looking for Shelby County.
Loss of 6. Back now to the 39. And Hill trying to float it across, and he's got Maines down the hill, and Maines loose, and he might take it inside the 20. And Maines stacked up at the 16.
Chris, we're going to have an illegal forward pass. So the screen was completed downfield while the linemen were downfield. So you're going to get legal man downfield.
Well, don't see a flag. Do not see a penalty. We do have a conversation back here at the 35. There's Mr. Callan.
Yeah, it was a great play. It's the same play they've been running to Maines. It's the third time they've run it. This time Maines got a little excited and got ahead of across the line of scrimmage, and the linemen were downfield with him. Can't do that. Kids just get excited and don't stay behind the line of scrimmage.
So that's going to take it back very close to midfield.
Again, Oldham County catching some breaks. We got a timeout here by Shelby County.
So the Rockets will take a 30-second timeout. Order being restored. Be right back after this.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Colonels a couple of key plays aided by a penalty, and Shelby will have it at the Oldham 44. Still 8:37 in this half. Second down and 21.
A little unfortunate there for the Rockets, Chris. Great play design. It's the one they've been running. It's the fourth time they've run that play into Mains. Oldham County's having a little bit of trouble seeing him coming from the slot inside to the middle screen.
Hill in the gun. Backside pressure, and White dropped an apparent first down.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of pressure up front. It's a long time for those linebackers and defensive backs to cover that crossing route. Oldham County needs to get some pressure up front.
Well, the Colonels catching breaks on this drive, and White hit in stride there, but could not hang on. And Oldham trying to get off the field here on third down and long.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for Hill. White streaking.
Just missed him.
Fourth and long.
Had him. He ran the right route. They ran the seam they ran a streak up the seam and just overthrew him just a touch. They'll come back. They'll come back to that, and they're going to come back to that screen to Mains.
So Shelby County punted last time from similar field position. It is, of course, fourth down and long, and it appears they're going to try to steer the line of scrimmage back for Oldham deep inside the Colonel territory. And Coach Harris banking on a miscue of some sorts for the Colonels, a penalty or poor snap, something along those lines, as they try to perhaps punt out of their kitchen again.
Sure, and you want to pin Oldham County back as far as possible, make them go the length of the field.
Miller Brown back to return for Oldham, a low snap. And Swindler pooches it out inside the 15. We'll see, will they mark it? And Oldham positioned at the 15.
There again, Chris, what we talked about in the pregame, kicking game is winning them, is really helping Shelby County stay ahead in this game. They're not making many mistakes, whereas Oldham County's having a tough time getting the ball back to midfield and flipping the field back against Shelby County to gain some field position.
Net punt for 29 yards as the Colonels perched at their 15-yard line. Thanks to the great folks at Roy's Body Shop, also Anderson Sales and Service, and Lagrange Service Center. Just three of our corporate partners on Glycod.com. And a pre-snap penalty.
Wow, they were trying to go fast, Chris, and the left wing tight end over here, he never got set. Just tough. When you're trying to go fast, you got to get up there, get set. They had Shelby County. They had him on the sweep around the right end. It was going to be a big play.
Back to the 10. This is the third consecutive drive Oldham has been pinned very, very deep.
And started with a penalty.
So now first down and 15 on the docket for the Colonels. Oldham falls last week to Simon Kenton in lopsided affair. 56-16. They have shown bright sides tonight to some degree, some positives, but yet still searching for their first point. And Stinson on a keeper. He's going to cut it back inside to the 7.
Third and long. We got third and long again. You know, it's going to be rough running against that. Shelby County they're bringing a lot of heat. They're doing a lot of stunting up front on defense, playing man on the outside.
The second down and 17 officially on the Martha Lane Collins Stadium clock. Jackson Elkins, the leading returning receiver, has had one target tonight.
Yeah, you need to throw some balls up to him. He's quite a bit taller than all the defensive backs for the Rockets.
Gilchrist to the left, a low snap. Stinson, he's going to look for Sador, so that may be a pick six. Dylan Mains sachets in.
Wow, this kid is having the game of games, Chris. I tell you what, he just dropped underneath that slant route, and Stinson threw it right to him.
So Maines in a 12-yard interception return for a score.
Chris, Dylan Maines is going to want to put this film all over Huddle and everywhere he can get it out. This is he's having a game tonight.
Yeah, 2-yard rush TD earlier, this one on defense. He has been a huge factor, the former quarterback. And the Rockets with a huge, huge turnover.
Wow.
That's one of the plays this week. It'll show up in film on both sides, and that's a learning experience for the young Colonel quarterback.
Yeah, you know, he stared down that receiver, and Dylan Maines just did a nice job of dropping right underneath the slant route, and he threw it right to him. Caught it and just trotted into the end zone.
Tyler Wilson will hold. And the kick is right through the upright. Shelby County with sudden change. They lead 21-zip on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High School's football from Glycod.
Back live to Shelby County High School. Dylan Maines, a pick six, 12-yard interception return. And just like that, a 3-score game.
Yeah, you know, that's a young quarterback trying to make a play to his big receiver. He's quite a bit Elkins taller on the than outside, and he just tried to squeeze it in there. And Maines kind of baited him
Gilchrist
into
to the
it.
left, a
You
low
know,
snap.
upperclassmen
Stinson,
baiting-
he's going to
baiting
look
the young
for
quarterback.
Sador, so that may be a pick
Like I
six.
said before the
Dylan
break, Maines
Maines.
had a heck of a game tonight. He's going to want to show everybody in Shelby County this game.
We'll see what the Colonel's response will be. They will have the football to start the second half, but certainly they need points pretty quickly. That is Gilchrist. And Gilchrist running hard across the 29, wrapped up at the 30.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to show some leadership out there, Chris, but they need to give him the ball some more. He's been the bright spot tonight on the offense for the Colonels. Maybe some more Gilchrist and maybe some more quick passes to the formation, to the trip side, and away from the single receiver side.
This Oldham offense, only a couple returning starters. Travis Edgar, Jackson Elkins. Gilchrist started at times last year, but just not a lot of experience on both sides of the ball for Oldham. Graduated over 20 seniors in a very, very young group. Stinson.
There he goes.
And Gilchrist shakes free, close to a first down.
Well, you know, he's been their bright spot, and he's they quite got a bit taller than all. If you haven't been watching inside, Estrada's playing behind the nose guard.
Gilchrist to the left, a low snap. Stinson,
County
he's
is
going to
all
look
over
for
the
Sador,
place.
so that
They
may
are
be a
not
pick.
letting him get loose and make all the tackles like he did last week.
So Maines with that key interception sets up this Oldham County drive. Oldham will have it from their 41-yard line. After the Gilchrist run of 11, it's first down and 10. Stinson opted right, now veering left. There's a flag on the play. Stinson tackled for a 2-yard loss, and now a second penalty.
Looks like that's in the holding range, Chris.
They were thrown about 15 seconds, perhaps less apart.
Oh,
So
wow. Targeting.
Offsetting will have hold on Oldham, targeting on Shelby.
Offset and play that play again.
Both these clubs have had ample flags tonight.
Yeah. It's been kind of a messy game, sloppy game by both sides. You know, you can build on it a lot more positively when you're up 21-0. But you know, Stinson, he's looking to his first two reads, and he's trying to get out of there. He's got to get north and south if he's going to run out of the pocket. East and west will never help you.
So the Colonels dodge a break there with that hold. The Gilchrist up the gut, and Oldham ahead of the sticks on that nice run, just shy of the 50. They'll mark it right at midfield, a gain of about 8.
Coach McBroom has seen what he needs to see out of Gilchrist. He's going to start riding Gilchrist a little bit more and let Stinson settle in, hand it to Gilchrist. He's having a good second quarter so far.
Second down and a penny for the Colonels from the 50. Gilchrist trying to bounce it outside and a flag. Gilchrist, if the play holds, will have a first down, but perhaps it won't.
It's going to be another hold inside I believe it was the right guard, maybe even the center, wrapped up the defensive lineman. He had his hands wrapped up and he tackled him. It's tough when every time you get 2 steps forward, you take 3 steps back.
That's a great analogy, and it's certainly indicative of this first half for the Colonels.
You know, they've had some good plays, Chris. They've had some sparks. They've had some, Gilchrist has been a spark. You've had the receiver Elkins open, and we just can't. They can't get the ball to him. Let's see if they can get a first down here and keep this drive going.
Second down and 12 now from the Oldham 40. That's Caden Shepard, and Shepard with his second run drags tacklers across the 45 to the 46.
Oh, that was a rumble, bumble, and a stumble, Chris. That's a big man running through the offensive line there.
Third down and about 7. Oldham 2 receivers each side. And Stinson in the gun. Oldham still has 2 timeouts remaining here in the final 5:40 and a half. And Stinson maybe a design run, trying to get outside the pocket.
Oh, he got away.
And he sure did. And Stinson's going to cut it up and carve close to a first down.
That allows him to go for it. I think they're going to go for it here, Chris. That was an incredible play. Again, we talk about tackling in the pregame. You got to wrap them up. You got to run your feet, get them on the ground.
A great run by the sophomore quarterback. He's going to be about a half yard short at the naked eye. So 4th down and 1 for Oldham.
To me, this is probably going to be Gilchrist here.
Cade Shepard time as well, the short yard bulldozer. And Shepard is on. Oldham needs less than a yard. Shepard with the tote, and the pile moveth forward.
It's going to be very close. We might even have a measurement.
Looks like he might have the first down at the naked eye. Shepard signaled it was. And we're going to have a measurement.
Chris, it's always interesting when you're a coach up here in the box. You see the line judge from the Oldham County side come short, and the line judge from the Shelby County side come across the first down, and then they kind of meet in the middle. So we'll see what happens.
See if we can get a replay of that run from Shepard, as he needed a little over a yard, and he tucked it up inside.
It's a powerful run. Chris, we got 4:43 left here in the second quarter. Oldham County really needs this first down, feel good about themselves, maybe get some points on the board, and then they get the ball to start the second half. So maybe keep the ball. There we go. We get the first down. Oldham County Colonels first down. Get in the end zone here. Get a little momentum, little excitement about your program. Come out and get another score and make this a ball game.
So the Colonels able to continue this drive as Shepard tucked it up inside. Now first down and 10, Colonels. But credit Stinson for evading that sack and propelling Oldham to have a good opportunity on this possession.
Yeah, that was a lot of maturity there. It looked pretty dire, and then he got away and made a play.
2 receivers flanked out far. And Stinson, he's going to gun it down that far sideline. And a great throw, but incomplete, ricocheting off the hand of Elkins.
That was his best throw of the game. Elkins did a great job. It was also tight coverage up there by the Shelby County Rockets. That was very much Stinson's best throw of the game. But there you go, Chris. You got Stinson taking a shot. Very important. It loosens up that Shelby County defense a little bit, so they can come back to the run.
Elkins had a beat on that ball. He'll be split out far. First to leak out of the Oldham huddle at the top of your screen. And Sidoris to the underneath side was open momentarily, but Stinson will tuck it up and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's starting to stare down Elkins, Chris. He's got to look around. There's some other people on the other side a little bit more open. Shelby County's got their best defensive back on Elkins, and they're also rolling their safety over the top. So, that's what Stinson's seeing when he drops back. He's seeing that double coverage. He just needs to settle down a little bit and finish this drive off.
Perhaps 4 down territories. The Colonels now face 3rd down and 11 from the Rocket 49-yard line. 2 receivers out each side as Stinson out to throw, and he's got a target across the 40-yard line, just short of a first down. Travis Edgar gang tackled.
Yeah, that was a great play. It was very nearly an interception by the Shelby County Rockets. They dropped everybody back in coverage. They played man under and 2 deep safeties over the top, which is a great coverage there. They almost had that interception. It went right through the defender's hands, and Oldham County caught it, and now they have, looks like 4th and 3. 4th and 3. No, a long 2. Sorry, Chris, a long 2.
From the Shelby County 40, no dilemma whatsoever as Oldham will go back to the line. Empty formation. Stinson, a low snap, needs 3 to continue the drive. Trying to bounce outside the pocket, needs 3. Driving tacklers close to a first down.
That's just a kid making a play, Chris. There's nothing there. Just a kid making a play. He clearly got the first down, put his shoulders down, shoulder pads down, and fought for that first down. It's a great job of the Oldham County offense keeping the Shelby County offense off the field and giving themselves an opportunity to go into the half with a score on the board.
So Stinson, for the second time tonight, will continue the chains on a nice undesigned run.
He's showing some leadership, Chris.
He sure is. As Oldham marching on. They were pinned inside their 30 to start this drive. Stinson back to throw. And he's going to take an untimely sack back to the 50.
Well, Shelby County's dropping a lot of people back in coverage. That's why he had so much time to throw. They're only rushing 3. They're making him throw into 8 bodies, and he's just not, as a sophomore, he's just not sure what he's looking at, and he doesn't want to make another mistake. That he's thinking about that interception from earlier.
They'll mark him back at the 48 in Oldham County timeout. 2nd down and long after the timeout. A big drive for Oldham County. We'll be right back to Shelbyville after this.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Second down and 22 for Oldham as we welcome you back. 1:38 in this half, and a critical drive here for OC.
Yeah, you really want to get some points on the board. 3, 6, 7, 8, whatever you can get on the board, because you're getting the ball to start the second half. Not a smart play by Stinson there holding the ball for so long. Once he sees all that coverage, he should probably just take off and run, because they're dropping 8 people back to make him throw into that heavy, heavy coverage.
Now the Colonels 1 timeout remaining. Again, an unproven kicker and freshman Anderson Cook, really unsure of his range, so perhaps it's touchdown or bust on this drive for Oldham. Throw across the middle. That's Elkins' first grab, and he's just shy of the 30-yard line.
He beat him to the slant, and Stinson, again, every time he throws it and he steps in there and throws it, he throws a better throw.
That's Zach Davis that's on. Zach Davis at the quarterback position for Oldham, and Davis bobbles that snap, and he'll take a loss as we have a late flag as well. So Davis succeeding Stinson with that throw.
We got a personal face mask.
And a Shelby penalty.
That's going to give Oldham County a first down with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Tayshawn McBroom not afraid to make the change at the quarterback position.
Perhaps Stinson banged up a bit. I don't know. He took a couple of big hits.
Could be. That first throw from Davis was outstanding, though. He put it right on the money, put it right in between the shoulder pads of Elkins.
So Davis, the starter last week in his first varsity start, pulled in the first half, and he'll re-enter tonight for the first time.
But fortunate, very fortunate there to get that face mask, but they need to take advantage here and get in the end zone. Also, we need to look for, Colonels need to look for somebody else besides Elkins.
Davis going to heave it in the end zone, and that ball incomplete. Nice shadow coverage by the far corner. That's Avion Dale in coverage.
Dale has been shadowing Elkins all over the field. That was a great job of knifing up through his hands to knock the ball away.
What do you make of the quarterback change?
Well, Stinson, his eyes got a little big. He was starting to look at the rush and maybe take off a little bit. Maybe he thought, maybe McBroom thought Davis had rested enough and had enough, control of the game. Maybe he thought he learned his lesson. Now he's back in. These two throws he's made have been great.
He sure has. Up under center now for the first time as Gilchrist gets the tote. And not a lot of real estate as he's brought down for a loss.
Yeah, they try to go back to that quick hitter, and Shelby County's all over it. They're creeping up when they get under center.
Just over a minute now as the Colonels stare at the stadium clock. Third down now on 11.
Boot.
Davis on that bootleg. He's going to dump it shy of the stick, and Edgar on the run could not hang on.
Well, 55 seconds left. You got fourth down. Unproven kicker. I think the Colonels are going to go for it here. I like the slant. I also like something away from Elkins because Shelby County is starting to rotate all their coverage over toward Elkins, and they're not even really paying attention to the other receivers over here.
That might set up Mason Sidoris, perhaps Isaac Bowman. Bowman had one catch in this half. And the Colonels now faced with fourth down and 11. We'll chat with Oldham County High School Athletic Director David Latondra at half. Update us on all things Colonels athletics. Davis back to throw, heaving it in the end zone, and a pick. Intercepted for the second takeaway. Here comes Carter White, and White looking for a caravan up the near sideline. He'll take it across the 30.
Well, that was a desperation throw there by Davis. Again, they're looking almost exclusively for Elkins. They're going to have to. Oldham County's got to make some adjustments with their passing game and who they're looking for at halftime. If I'm Shelby County, this is free money here, so we want to go. We want to go fast. We've got Shelby County has 2 timeouts, I believe, and they want to. They have plenty of time to get in the end zone. 41 seconds with Gianni Hunter, and Carter White, and even Maines.
So Shelby County, to your point, will call timeout. We'll keep things here as both teams now each with 1 timeout. And from Davis's standpoint, really nothing to lose there on fourth down and long.
No, you got to take your shot. You got to try to get it in the end zone, but not a great throw. That was definitely his first 2 throws were very good. That third one was not as much. It was a little bit of a wobbler. Tried to squeeze it in there, and he just let it go too high.
More high school football next week on Glycod. We'll have both these teams in action. Oldham County, due to a referee shortage, their game versus Fern Creek is now on Thursday. We'll have that one for you. Kickoff at 7. And then Shelby County Friday at East Jessamine. The Jaguars much improved off their 1-9 team a year ago. The Rockets and Jags will kick Friday at 7:30.
East Jessamine better be ready for Mr. Maines.
One of their storylines of the year, just an outstanding quarterback for this team, and he's made them better by switching positions.
Quite a bit. He's got 2 of their 3 scores this evening, and he's done it on the defensive side and on the offensive side.
Colonel's trying to keep this deficit intact here as Hill, 3-step drop, going to heave it, and that ball nearly picked off, but White able to dig it out. Osborne had a beat on it, and White just outweighted him.
Yeah, that was a great play by Carter White. You throw it up to the big guy on the outside, and he makes the play.
Looked like Osborne might have mistimed his jump there.
A little bit, and Hill threw it off his back foot. It was a floater.
That's going to be a gain of 24 yards on first down and 10. Hill looking for White, and that ball nearly intercepted. It was Miller Brown that had a beat on it.
Miller Brown almost made another big play on defense. He's been the safety hitting the receivers after they catch it or before they catch it all night. He's actually done a really good job back there in coverage.
Colonel secondary has played very well tonight. A takeaway.
The Colonel's defense after the first 2 drives has played outstanding.
Rockets with 1 timeout in their hip pockets, looking for more points. Leading by 21.
That lateral.
Lateral again. Hunter trying to bounce outside and does. Finally upended across the 40 to the 38, close to a first down.
Looks like he got it. That's that lateral play that he scored on the 45-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Just trying to take advantage of the open space that the Colonels are leaving for him. That'll be the last timeout by Shelby County.
Yeah, so Shelby burns their last timeout. Can't take him to the locker room. And we'll see what the play call is here. Perhaps 2 plays remaining.
Yeah, we got 7.6 seconds, so you're on the 36-yard line. You're probably looking at something where we're exchanging receivers. Either A, you're going to go for the deep ball into the end zone, or you might run that screen to Dylan Maines, yes.
Derby Eye Center, proud to support tonight's broadcast. They will sponsor tonight's score ticker. We'll have those for you at halftime. We will tell you that North Oldham, Great Crossing, a very competitive, low-scoring game. We will update you on that. Also, South Oldham and Fairdale, that game nip and tuck as well. So two teases, as they say in the production business. We will update you at the turn. Got a tight one with Mail and Ballard. That game live on glycod.com. So lots of competitive Week 2 matchups. And looking at the schedule this week, you would think that there would be some close ball games.
Yeah, Week 2 always brings about a little bit more competition. And a lot of teams start out Week 1 with more of like an extra scrimmage. Some teams take on a bigger opponent, but a lot of teams look to get that extra scrimmage in and count it as a win.
Hill in the gun. Hunter stationed to his right. First down at 10. Trying to set up a screen. And that ball is caught, and that will be the last play of the first half.
Yes, Chris, that was a good call. Almost broke it, and then you still have that Colonel defense is playing very, very well. They've kept the Colonels with an opportunity to come out in the second half, make some adjustments on offense, and get back in this game.
Landon Ford with the catch. That'll take us to the turn. Oldham football to start the second half, but for now, Shelby County on top, 21-0. Be right back on glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Lagrange Service Center, a family-owned car repair shop that also offers 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, celebrating their 58th year in business.
Back live in Shelbyville, 21 zilch. Shelby County over Oldham County. Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes, all of our Glycod.com crew here. And despite the score, Colonel's doing some good things, though.
Yeah, the Colonels have played really well on defense. You have to remember that the offense gave up one. So the Colonels gave up 2 drives. The first 2 drives by Shelby County, then they settled in. They started tackling better. They started lining up better. And they started taking away what the Colonels wanted to do. The Rockets, what want to do. Oldham County just needs to settle down a little bit on offense. They need to be consistent. They need to not start drives off with penalties. And then they'll get on the scoreboard and they'll get back in this game.
Gianni Hunter began things. 45-yard touchdown run for the Rockets. Their 3rd play from scrimmage. That put Shelby up by 7. Then Dylan Maines, 2-yard touchdown run, made it 14-zip. And then a 12-yard pick 6. And the score 21-0. But I go back to the early segment, first quarter, 7-0. Oldham gets a fumble, but it's negated with an offside. Then Shelby scores, and really that kind of got the ball rolling down the pike.
Yeah, those controversial and those big play penalties turnovers that get reversed. That's a big momentum killer, and that's just a big change of possession. And Oldham County tried to fight, but it's tough when you're backed up against your own end zone the whole first half. And to their credit, they have fought hard, but Shelby County has come out and they executed really well in those first 2 drives. Then they got a little sloppy in the second quarter, throwing the ball around, committing penalties. So again, we have 2 young teams here that are working their way through the sloppiness and working their way into the season.
Grant Gilchrist had some very nice runs for Oldham, a bright spot.
Yeah, quite a very bright spot. He is the one guy that sticks out as having a good game tonight for Oldham County on offense. I think Oldham County can build on that in the second half. They've already made the quarterback switch, so it's kind of tough to go back to Stinson. I think Davis is probably going to play the rest of the game. He had 2 great throws to start, and then he got kind of caught in a situation there at the end of the half where he had to throw it in the end zone.
Hard to tell not being, on the sideline. We're way up here in the booth. But Stinson did quite well, so perhaps he's banged up. You just don't know. But different field, different quarterback. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, sure. And, again, you got to build on what was successful in the first half. So Oldham County was very successful running the ball inside and away from number 77, the Silva kid for Shelby County. He is a difference maker, so they're going up to the line and they're checking away from him, which I would do as well. But that's where they've had their success with Gilchrist. He's run up the middle, and then he had a few outside. And so let's see if they come back to that.
Halftime in Shelbyville. Rockets lead the Colonels 21-zip. Up next, I'll chat with David Latondra, Athletic Director of Oldham County High School. We'll have that in just a moment on Glycod.com.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking ways to give your home a facelift. Jim, what are some updates and trends for doors this season?
The most popular door of the year so far has been this 3/4 6 light shown here as a double French door. I've sold this in this configuration, a door with side lights, a single door. People are loving the natural light this year.
In addition to doors, windows are another great way to update your home, right?
Absolutely. There's no better way to increase your home's energy efficiency than new windows. And if you're about to sell your house, nothing looks better on a property listing than new windows.
So can you and your team provide me an estimate to match my particular budget?
Absolutely. With multiple products and vendors, we can work with your budget to get your home the product it needs.
The Watts Home Center team can answer all of your window and door questions. So come on out and see them here in Lagrange or go to wattshomecenter.com to learn more.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Halftime in Shelbyville, 21-0 Shelby County over Oldham County. We'll chat now with David Latender, Oldham County High School Athletic Director in year 7. Seems like yesterday they welcomed you here.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
And what an unbelievable time to be an AD in the climate we face today.
You know, we're finally starting to come out of it and feel a bit normal. This year's the most normal we felt in 4 years, really, since 19. So I'm not as worried about canceling games or, quarantining teams for 14 days. So it really kind of it makes it a little bit more enjoyable when you can kind of focus on watching the coaches develop the athletes and really enjoy watching the kids play.
What do you make of this football team?
They're young. I mean, we lost a lot of talent and a lot of starting experience. I think a lot of the guys who started last year were probably 2- and 3-year starters. So we got a lot of guys who are young, who are learning on the job, and you can see that with some of the penalties that we're committing. It's just, they're nervous penalties. I really don't think it's a lack of focus. I don't think it's a lack of preparation. I think they're just nervous, and they're learning on the job.
A sign of the times, though, David, with a couple of key transfers that it's happened across high school athletics. Your take on the landscape we face today?
Well, there's 4 people playing for other schools that would be difference makers for us right now, and unfortunately, we got one back this week, but the other people who have a lot of varsity experience are hurt right now, so we're waiting for them to come back. So you put 7 people out there who have varsity experience, and it really changes the whole setting of the team. So it definitely affects some schools more than others.
How's the new school year going thus far?
I think it's going very good. We're really happy with our new principal. She's got a very, very rich athletic background, obviously being Bobby Redmond's daughter. I've enjoyed working with her so far. I feel a lot of support on her end, and we were able to have a real successful kickoff as far as announcing this year's Hall of Fame, and we had our golf scramble last week and raised a lot of money to go towards both the Hall of Fame and the Chris Landers Foundation, and we're actually opening up the scholarship application now so that we can give out 4 more scholarships at the end of the school year. So to date, we've given out 8 $1,000 scholarships, and that's to any kids, and not just Oldham County High School students, just Oldham County students in general.
You've been very instrumental in starting the Hall of Fame, because we had talked off the record when you got here, this rich tradition, it didn't really have something like this. Just talk about why you've done it and what you're getting from it.
Well, and one of the things about our Hall of Fame is, the first couple of years everybody thought it was an athletic Hall of Fame, and it is not. It's an Oldham County Hall of Fame. We've got a lot of distinguished alumni in the Hall of Fame. We've got a lot of teachers, coaches from across all the generations. School's 70 years old, and 70 years old, and we've got a lot of representation in all of that. And it really reflects just kind of the greatness and the history of what Oldham County as a county and as in general has meant educationally and athletically, and I'm a history teacher. I mean, that's kind of that's the dessert for me. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a labor of love, though, because I mean that's what I geek out on.
What do you get when you're notifying an honoree that they are being recognized? I mean, what's the feedback? They got to be elated.
Most of the time, and this is kind of, I think, consistent across the board. Most of the time, they don't feel like they're deserving. They look at the names that are going out there and they're like, well, yeah, they absolutely belong in there. I can't believe I just went to school and I went to practice every day and I worked hard and I just did it because I love doing it. So I tell you, probably the best reaction we had was the second year of our Hall of Fame, and we had state championship wrestler Mike Chisholm. Also went on to play football at UK and coached at UK for a while, now down in Florida. And our assistant superintendent actually called him up and told him he was in the Hall of Fame. And he said, it's funny that you call me today because I just found out I've got cancer. And I'm in that point in my life where you start contemplating the legacy you've left for your family. And he said, this really made my day, gave me the will to continue to fight. So it's stories like that. I mean, and he told that story at the dinner, and I mean, everybody was in tears, obviously, but that's the kind of stuff that, really brings it home and makes it real.
Well,
personal.
and certainly an upbeat. We want to keep all, but Kobe, passing away, that's felt by many.
I think not just in Colonel Nation, but anybody who plays us on a consistent basis knows Colby. I remember one particular story a few years ago. We were hosting the first round of the regional soccer tournament, and we had an official who I don't think had ever worked up there before, and he said, "I'm not starting the game with that dog on the field." And I said, "It's okay, it's Colby, And he said, "No, it's a liability. I'm not going to start the game with the dog on the field." And North's coach actually came up and said, "What are we doing?" And he said, "I'm not starting the game with that dog on the field." And North's coach was like, "It's Colby." Like he's part of it up here. So long story short, he ends up calling the assigner, and even the assigner said, "It's Colby, start the game, it's good." So everybody loved him. He was Team Colby, So we're going to miss him. We wish Kim McElhaney, our former trainer, all the best, and if there's anything we can do for her, we're more than happy to help her out and working on ways to keep his legacy alive on our campus and within our community.
Cut you loose after this one, the game now from Friday to Thursday versus Fern Creek, home game due to officiating, is that correct?
Officiating is a problem in every sport, and unfortunately with football, everybody plays on Friday night, so you can't move it. So we actually, I think, moved this game last year to Saturday, and it was at Fern Creek, and I absolutely did not want to move a game to Saturday two years in a row on a holiday weekend. And the only thing Fern Creek asked was, can we, do a 7 o'clock start? That way their kids can get home and make sure they're at school the next day. So hopefully we won't have to move another one. But at the same time, if we play a Jefferson County school and they move, and we're kind of if we're going there, we're kind of at the mercy of it. So, the officiating, it's a hard gig, and like I said, every sport is feeling it, and football, unfortunately, it affects them the most just because you can't really schedule off of Friday too much.
Thanks for stopping by, David.
So, absolutely. Love being up here.
Good to see you.
You too.
Colonel's still in this game at half. David Latender, Athletic Director of Oldham County. Be right back after this.
Summer is here. That puts a lot of strain on your air conditioner. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your air conditioner isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We're fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in Lagrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Week 2 high school football in Shelbyville, second half. Moments from kicking off Oldham County football, and very important they do something with it here.
Yeah, you know, it might be nice to get a big return, get out of the shadow of your own goalpost. They've been backed up quite a bit for the whole first half. You know, get out in the midfield area, run a trick play, get a quick score, get your momentum up, and let that defense win for you. It's been playing great since the first 2 drives.
Grant Gilchrist has been key for the Colonels, a couple of key runs. He will be back alongside Caden Osborne.
Another key we want to keep an eye on, Chris, is let's watch how the two-way players for Shelby County finish the game. So let's see if they can continue that energy or if they get tired and start making sloppy mistakes.
3 turnovers in the game, 2 by the Colonels, 1 by Shelby County. The biggest pick 6, Dylan Main's 12-yard interception return. That one of the 3 Rockets scores. He also does Main's have a rush on the ground of 2 yards.
Yeah, I think 4 or 5 catches. So he's been all over the place. He's been the player of the game so far.
See what the Colonels can do out of the intermission. Scoreless in the first half last week. They were able to put up a couple of fourth quarter scores. They'll need to do that and more to win this one tonight. But still in the game, this drive here, very, very important. And an onside kick. It is loose, and Shelby County didn't look like they could hang on to it as it catapults out of bounds.
Yeah, really fortunate for Oldham County there. The front man, he did not get a hold of it, and it bounced out of bounds. Really good break for Oldham County. I don't mind that. You're up 21. You're trying to kind of put the nail in the coffin here. That was an okay risk to take. You're just going to have to lean on your defense a little bit.
Didn't look like they got that big bounce that you need on an onside.
No, but you had a guy there to get it, so it bounced off the Oldham County player, 44. I believe that was Colton Goldsmith. He just missed it, and then it kind of rolled out of bounds where they could get a hold of it.
Colonel football, they'll be faced with their best field position since about 8:15. They'll have it at the 44. Davis still on at quarterback, and that play blown up.
There's Isaac Estrada. First play of the night. They missed the block on him, and he made a big hit in the middle.
Dylan Main's there also as the Colonels no gain on their first play. Zach Davis back to work as the Oldham quarterback. He came on late in the first half to succeed Noah Stinson. And Davis, the junior, trying to set up a screen, and it's caught by Soder, and Soder bulldog down at the 50.
Yeah, they're trying to get to that quick game to get going east and west and see if they can outrun Shelby County. Shelby County was ready for that one.
Gain of 2, 3rd down and 8. Perhaps 4-down territory for the Colonels as they try to muster something positive.
Yeah, they need a big play.
Zadoris flanked out far. And Edgar now stationed in that slot. Trips to the far side as Davis back to throw. He's going to look down the middle of the field on a slant, and it's Soder.
He's gone.
And Josh Soder in for 6.
There's the big play we just talked about. They need a big play, something to spark the offense. Shelby County was playing off of Josh Soder on the backside. Oh, do we have a flag?
We do have a flag back at the 48. Tayshawn McBroom just cannot believe it. And that's just a punch in the gut.
Shift. Wow.
Oh.
Man, that hurts because they called the right play. Shelby County was playing off coverage, and the safety took a poor angle on Soder. Great throw by Davis. Everything looked fine. Man, that's tough.
Some key penalties tonight for the Colonels. One negated a turnover on a fumble recovery in the first half, and that is just debilitating as Soder pranced in.
That's tough. It was hard to see that. I didn't see too many. Illegal shift usually means 2 people moving at once, so I didn't see 2 people moving at once up there. That's a tough one.
2 targets to the far, 2 to the near. It's now 3rd and 14. Davis rolling right. And J.J. Patton brings him down. It's 4th and long.
Yeah, you're going to have to punt away here. Fortunately, you made it. You're right around midfield. You know, the positive out of this is they made a big play. You've seen yourself run in the end zone. Yes, it got called back, but you still have that positive energy.
You might have to punt it, but Tayshawn doesn't have to, Kellen.
Evidently not. I stand corrected.
So 4th and 16.
Wow. Well, this is certainly a big play here in this third quarter.
Desperation as the Oldham Colonels having it there 43, still 9:38.
They're coming back to the touchdown play.
In the third. Davis going to heave it down. He's got a target down and a pick. The third takeaway, and Carter White scrambling down the near side. And White with the caravan and brought out close to the 20-yard line.
You know,
and a late flag, 2 flags.
I think those might go against Shelby County.
Gilchrist saves a touchdown.
That looked like a little bit of extracurriculars over here on the sideline.
These officials have had a busy evening sorting out infractions, but that illegal shift, just a gut punch.
Wow. Yeah, that was a tough one up there. These officials are certainly going to have some ice on their elbows, shoulders, and wrists from all these flags they had to throw. Yeah, unsportsmanlike. Yeah, it looked like Carter, when he got up on the sideline, he threw the ball at the defender. We have 3 unsportsmanlike.
I've seen that before. 3 unsportsmanlikes. That's 45 yards in penalties, is it not? How will they?
Yes, that is because they're all dead ball.
So the line of scrimmage was the 16.
Well, we're going to take them from the end of the run because they're dead balls. So this could be devastating for Shelby County. Coach Harris is getting an explanation now. I know I saw when Carter got up, he threw the ball off the defender, which you can't do. That's just an absolute no-no. That's an automatic flag.
We need Gene Sarator here to sort things out for us.
Sure do.
So it will be rocket ball. The officials, I've not seen 3 unsportsmanlikes on the same team on the same play.
Wow. You know, that's that young, that's that youth again. You know, not being mature in a situation where you can close a team out, you know, and just end the night quickly. Now you got to fight for it. Let's see how many they mark off. Hopefully he did his jogging this morning.
He's going to keep walking back.
Oh, wow, they are going to take all 45.
See carrier 1. And oh my heavens. So from the 16, he's going to walk this back to Baghdad, apparently.
Chris, I've been around football a long time. That's the first time I've seen 45 yards marked off on the end of interception. Well, you know, in Tayshawn McBroom's eyes, that's a punt. So that's the punt.
Yeah.
That was the punt he was looking for. Wow. You know, all joking aside, that's a devastating penalties and not smart play by the Rockets.
Yeah, that keeps Oldham, for the moment anyway, in this game. It takes him back, does Shelby, to the 32 after a 45-yard penalty. Wow.
Yeah, now Oldham can lean on that defense a little bit more, maybe get another turnover themselves, and keep the ball on this end of the field.
Was there a DQ as well? I don't know if there was or not, but
it looks like they've disqualified number 8, Landon Ford.
Well, he's off the field. I'm not sure if it was a DQ or perhaps an equipment adjustment, but we'll sort that out. There's a screen pass and nearly picked off. That ball is loose on the field, and the Colonels say they have it, and a flag as well.
Wow, this is getting sloppy. This is getting chippy.
See if we can take a look at that.
That was the same play they ran in the first quarter to score the touchdown on. Yeah, that's the same play they scored the touchdown on. It's definitely a lateral. It's definitely loose, and it's definitely Oldham County's ball. I'm not really sure what happened at the end because we were obscured by the players, but it seems like Shelby County came out talking a whole lot in the second half. It's quite chippy out there.
It will be Oldham ball, and it's a Shelby County penalty and an unsportsmanlike on Oldham.
Wow. Again, I hate to keep harping on it, but these are what young teams do. You make mistakes, you get penalties. When you get a turnover, you just have to get up and celebrate with your team and take the ball where it is. You can't keep going backward.
Well, this Colonel defense, they've had their backs up against the wall all evening and have played quite well at times.
Yeah, you know, that play, when they motion Hunter out, they've run it every time they've thrown that little lateral to him. It's a great play by the outside linebacker. Again, I believe it's I'll make sure of the number before I say, but it's the I believe it's 28.
Grant Gilchrist for Oldham.
Yeah, it's Gilchrist again. He's been all over the field, and he was up in the outside. He hit Hunter right before he caught the ball and knocked it loose. So, you know, now we're back to right where we left off. We had the interception. Now we had the penalties. Now we had the turnover.
Colonels down 3 scorers at their opponent's 40 as Davis on an out. Gain of about 5. That's Edgar.
Yeah, like we saw earlier in the first half, they're hitting those quick outs with the man coverage, and they have to chip away now. Now you want to settle down. You got to settle down, get back in the game, and everybody just start chipping away.
So 2nd and 6 on the menu for Oldham as we tiptoe momentarily under 9 minutes in this third. A late start due to a lightning delay and a lot of dead balls tonight. Rifle pass on a slant and a first down, dragging tacklers across the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a play they've gone to quite a bit. They run an out by the slot receiver and then a slant or a short post by the outside receiver, and Shelby County's having quite a bit of trouble covering that.
Gain of 22, that's Mason Sidoris. Oldham going hurry up. Davis feeling the pressure, and he's going to sling it across his body, and Oldham catches a break.
Yeah, that's a big break for them. He threw it across his body. Number 1 no-no. First thing they tell you on quarterback, never throw back across the field when you're rolling out.
That ball dropped by the Rocket defender.
But I will say, Chris, Davis has been a spark since he's come in. He's thrown the ball around quite nicely.
Grant Gilchrist, perhaps it's time for him to touch it here as Oldham will widen the field here, trips to that far side. On 2nd down and 10, Gilchrist with an alley up the gut, cutting back, darting! Touchdown, Oldham.
Great call, Chris. They widened out the formation. They had the trips spread all the way out to the numbers. They widened them out, and then they ran an inside zone concept. And they just moved the nose off to the left, and Gilchrist cut behind it and scored. Also broke a tackle and nice finish.
So this touchdown will stay on the board. Gilchrist sachets in from 14. And Oldham will shuffle on new personnel. And they're going to go for 2. They went for 2 on both TDs last week. And they will go for 2 as Davis up under center, little float, flip in for 2 as Shepard is in.
That's a different kind of play. That was almost like he was set up outside in like a quads formation, like a diamond formation, then he cut back inside and they pitched him the ball underneath. That's the first time I've seen that.
You got a ball game, partner.
It is, and now we have a ball game. You know, and the way the Oldham County defense is playing, you know, I don't know what Shelby County's got to try something different. We've seen a lot of the same plays from Shelby County. We've seen some different plays from Oldham County, but Shelby County's kind of stuck in a rut. They kind of need something to trigger an offense. Maybe we see a trick play on the first play from Shelby County.
So many big plays in this game, but how large was that 45-yard unsportsmanlike penalty on the Rockets?
That's amazing. I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen 45 yards marked off in high school football. I've been coaching for 16 years. Never seen it.
There's Gilchrist, as you see, pounding that in for the score.
Chris, that was a great run. We talked at halftime. Gilchrist was the spark, and it was clear that they wanted to set up. They wanted to loosen up the Shelby County defense with some passes, and then they knew they were coming back to Gilchrist. They did a great job of widening out the Shelby County defense.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Summer is here. That puts a lot of strain on your air conditioner. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your air conditioner isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day. We're fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Summer is here. That puts a lot of strain on your air conditioner. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your air conditioner isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day. We're fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
You're watching Oldham County High School's football from Glycod.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod.
Summer is here. That puts a lot of strain on your air conditioner. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your air conditioner isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day. We're fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking lighting, specifically outdoor lighting with Maddie. What are some of the obstacles your clients face with outdoor lighting?
Well, anybody can really come in here and just pick out a fixture for the way that it looks. However, the real obstacle comes in knowing how many to use, where the placement needs to be, and what type of fixture to use to really bring emphasis to those focal points outside their home.
And the Watts team can help with this?
Yes, of course. We actually have designers like myself and electricians on hand here, so we can really help our customer from the start to finish of the whole design and installation process.
Tell us about the range of light fixtures that you have here.
Yeah, so here at Watts Home Center we carry various interior decorative fixtures, exterior fixtures, landscape fixtures, and commercial luminaires. We've really been able to help our customer find any type of fixture they're looking for.
And that's WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Watts Home Center. Whether it's building, restoring, or improving your home, visit the experts at Watts, 2350 Commerce Parkway in Lagrange. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. Today we're talking ways to give your home a facelift. Jim, what are some updates and trends for doors this season?
The most popular door of the year so far has been this 3/4 6 light shown here as a double French door. I've sold this in this configuration, a door with side lights, a single door. People are loving the natural light this year.
In addition to doors, windows are another great way to update your home, right?
Absolutely. There's no better way to increase your home's energy efficiency than new windows. And if you're about to sell your house, nothing looks better on a property listing than new windows.
So can you and your team provide me an estimate to match my particular budget?
Absolutely. With multiple products and vendors, we can work with your budget to get your home the product it needs.
The Watts Home Center team can answer all of your window and door questions. So come on out and see them here in Lagrange or go to wattshomecenter.com to learn more.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing.
Lagrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. Lagrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools football from Glycod. From Glycod, this has been Roy's Body Shop, Oldham County High Schools football. Roy's Body Shop in Lagrange, collision repair for the people. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home. Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. Lagrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. And by Mortensen Family Dental.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.